following is a WeTV sports production. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Kingsville Arena. Mark Knight along with Steve Pronger for some more Kingsville Kings hockey. The Kingsville Kings didn't have things go the way they wanted them to go the last game, and the Tottenham Steam managed to pull one off here in Kingsville, but Kingsville went to Tottenham and split the pair there. Welcome, Steve. What's going on tonight?
Mark, you're right. Tuesday night in Tottenham, Kingsville won 3-1, as you know. But going back to last Friday night, our last broadcast, and I want to thank your partner for that night,
Gummer,
for helping you. It was nice to have him. Family commitment. But Mark, you know what? Kingsville Kings come into this game finding themselves down 2-1 to the Steam, and really looking forward to a big night here in their own building.
Well, it's an interesting story, as you say, Steve, because Greg and I talked about that. Here we have the Tottenham Steam, who is the high-powered scoring machine in the regular season, against the Kingsville Kings, who are the goaltending leaders of the GMHL in the regular season. And it was a pretty good matchup to see what was going on. We had an unfortunate situation there in Game 1, and Marcus Rose of the Tottenham Steam kind of opened things up and put Tottenham Steam ahead 1-0. So we're not going to see that tonight because Marcus Rose is not in the lineup for this team. But what are we going to see tonight, Steve?
You know, Mark, we look at this capacity crowd here already. I spoke to Coach Ryan Wood before the game, and his key to the games are pretty simple for the Tottenham Steam. He's got 3 points he has to focus on. The first one is, he tells me he needs to have his group stay disciplined tonight. In other words, you were here Friday night, Mark. There was some penalty trouble that Kingsville got into. His team was to take advantage of that and win the game. He's concerned. He doesn't want to see his group mixed up in that. He also says they have to have a physical game along the wall, along the boards. In other words, they need to have wingers stop on pucks, make strong plays on pucks to get the puck in and out and win the battles along the board.
Okay, I get that. Stay disciplined, stay strong along the wall, but what is kitchen sink hockey, Steve?
Mark, I call that quite simply everything but the kitchen sink has got to go on the net. Coach Wood told me that the Tottenham Steam, they have to get every shot within that prime scoring area. That house has to get at goaltender Young Pasha. I call that kitchen sink hockey, everything going onto the net. Had a chance to talk to Gary Astolas, too, before the game. And he tells me the same thing as Tottenham, that the Kingsville Kings also have to show self-discipline. You were here last Friday again, Mark. You saw what happened, that major penalty.
Yeah, that hurt them.
Marcus Rose getting 2. His players need to stay self-disciplined tonight, not take that kind of penalty trouble they find themselves in game number 1, and stick to the game plan. And part of that game plan is he wants to forecheck hard. Come out strong, get pucks deep into the Steam zone, get bodies on those pucks, put pressure on the Steam defensemen, and really physically dominate them in their own end.
So you're doing it to us again. Kitchen sink hockey for the Tottenham Steam. What is puck luck?
It's a simple way of saying you got to capitalize on the bounces that go your way. You have to put yourself in a position, Mark, to be lucky for sure. We all know that. But once you get there, you have to take advantage of the bounces. Kingsville needs to experience some puck luck here in their own building tonight.
Well, they're down 2-1, as you say, and here at the castle. They're here to protect the castle. You see some signs of some of the fans. Nice hair showing up for the Kingsville Kings. Playoff hair going on. The Kingsville Kings, Niederbach, Kotak, Havelka, and Blake Nada. I guess those are the favorites for them, and we'll see what's happening. Kingsville's not going to start the number 1 line tonight. They're going to go with the group of Robert List, Johnny Guerrero, and Blake Nada. That's their 4th line with Steven Zagacy and David Vosterik on the D.
Yeah, Mark, it's going to be a real challenge for the Kingsville Kings, and especially in playoff. No one likes to find themselves down a game. That puts undue pressure certainly on your goaltenders and your players. Looks like, Mark, the Steam are taking the ice right now just before our national anthem, and here comes Kingsville as well. We're getting close. Kingsville's got to step up tonight, stick to their game plan, and for the Tottenham Steam on the road, they really have to take advantage of things like power play opportunities, get shots on net. Every inch that Kingsville gives them, they have to take advantage of.
Well, this is the perfect matchup. The best 2 teams in the GMHL, the Tottenham Steam, number 1 in the Central, and the Kingsville Kings, number 1 in the South. And we are in Game 4 of the Russell Cup Finals here at Kingsville Arena, and we'll be right back for the opening face-off. Welcome back, everybody. Mark Knight along with Steve Pronger, Kingsville Kings Arena. Great anthem, and we're ready for some great hockey. On the D for the... And there you hear the Tottenham steam engine. It's ready to go. Let's have a look at the starting goaltenders. Denny Doublestein wearing number 29 in 16 games played. He's got a 2.18 goals against average and a .926 save percentage with 2 shutouts and fence. That's his playoff stats, and those are really, really good stats for a goaltender thus far in the finals. Let's have a look at the Kingsville Kings starter. The man we're going with is Jan Pesek, number 30, in 15 games, 2.13 goals against average and a .943. He was the number 1 goaltender in the league in the regular season. He's got 1 shutout, and that's who Gary Ostalos is going to start with, and away we go. Pushing and shoving hard off the first faceoff, and the Tottenham steam shove it out of the zone, and there's Blake Nada dumping it back in. Off the end boards, bounces up to Doublestein, and he just corrals it, settles it down there for Brandon York as he carries it out. Nada once again dumps it down. Back to York again. Lots of play here in the neutral zone. Quick shot on Jan Pesek there. He steers that into the corner. Blake Nada once again on the puck. Gets it out of the zone. Shoots it high. The captain Walker knocks it down. Timofeyev over to the far side to the open wing. Another quick shot on Jan Pesek. He decides to hold the puck for a quick face-off. The Steam have come out pretty fast there, Steve.
Yeah, that's what Tottenham wants to do, Mark. They want to get something at Jan Pesek really quick, right off the hop. I'm telling you that they want, but at the same time, Pesek wants to feel the puck. Pesek needs to get into this game. Any goaltender that is a winning goaltender wants pucks early, wants to feel that against the body, wants to get his energy level up.
There's Gardeman. Gardeman wins that faceoff, dumps it back over to Kotek, around to the far boards, and knocks it back into the Kingsville zone. Kingsville skates it out, gets it up to Niederbach. Zolkanix takes a big check just inside the blue line, but from Brem, and Niederbach is shoved into the end boards. They're going to keep an eye on him tonight as a quick shot comes around. Havelka has to back up. Tottenham player there loses his edge as Picard throws one into Havelka. There's Frederick Surrey up across the line, and Gardeman is back there on the point to pick it up. Zolkanik, another big check there as he gets knocked off the puck by Dmitry Daniluk. Coming into the zone now, Graham Pickard one more time. Justine keep it in, but it just gets out. Niederbach has a look. Quickly up to C.J. Nicholson as he breaks up the middle. Quick shot. We've got a penalty coming.
Yeah, it looks like it, Mark. I see Gord Young, referee Gord Young over at the penalty box. Oh, it looks like big Niederbach.
Well, Niederbach is our player to watch tonight, and we weren't planning on having a feature on him as he goes to the penalty box, but it is what it is. Ludwig Niederbach, the number 1 scorer for the Kingsville Kings in the regular season, and he has lots of upside, but he's going to sit for 2 or less as the Tottenham Steam are on the power play.
Mark, Kingsville Kings are going to be tested early here. We see Dan Leach taking the draw. He's a premier penalty killer for the Kingsville Kings, but at the same time, Tottenham has your first-place team overall in the league. They can score on the power play. Big test for Kingsville here.
Nicholson and Wallace playing a little bit of a game there at the face-off. Big shot on Pesek, and he steers that down. York now. York gets it over to Fisher. You can hear the crowd chanting, "Go, Steam, go." We got a big contingency here from Tottenham that have made it all the way here to Kingsville tonight, and they're cheering on their team as Callum Hofford tries to throw it out of the zone. And here we got a quick 2-on-1. Dan Leach and C.J. Nicholson. Nicholson with a puck back to Leach. Soft over. Couldn't quite get it on Nicholson's stick. And the Tottenham's team come the other way. Timofeyev now with the puck. He gives it over to Picard. Picard in the corner. Knocks it around to the far side. Fisher back to Timofeyev. Back to York. Power play for the Steam. Quick shot there. Doesn't make it through. Hits a body, and that body is Dan Leach. He comes up with the puck and just softly shovels it down. Wallace tries to throw the check on Leach, and Leach sidesteps, and Wallace meets the ice. A rather unfortunate situation. Puck ends up on Doublestein's glove, and he holds that for a face-off as everybody changes.
And Mark, there's our WeTV player to watch, Matt Fisher from the Tottenham Steam. Fisher was our leading scorer in the regular season. 17 games played in the playoffs with 33 points. He's out there on the power play. From Barrie, Ontario. He has stepped up large all year for Tottenham, and Coach Ryan Wood's going to lean on him tonight.
He's been a big part of their organization, playing not too far from home. Tottenham's just a little bit south of Barrie. Another quick little knife shot into Jan Pesek, and he holds that for a face-off. So,
Mark, 52 seconds left in this Tottenham power play. Kingsville done a good job of killing the first minute. Pesek really hasn't been tested.
No, all the shots have been from far outside, and Blake Nada here with the speed. He's got Walker beat. Puck gets all the way to the corner. Walker kind of taps him in the foot, but no call. Blake Nada goes down. There's Timofeyev in his own zone. Stepan Timofeyev up across the red line into the Kingsville zone. He gets upended and then knock it out of the zone. 30 seconds to go in Niederbach's penalty, and the Steam have yet to be able to capitalize on this power play opportunity. Back in their own zone is Walker. Shovels it up, and they dump it into the zone. Bosteric now winds, shoots it around the near boards. Picard tries to get the skate stop and is unable to. Frederick Surrey over to Picard. Picard in across the line. Little soft shot. Jan Pesek takes that one in the chest and holds that for a face-off.
Mark, there's still 5 seconds left in this Tottenham power play. It'd be a good opportunity to let our viewers know about our officiating crew tonight. JP St. Jules is joined by Gord Young, referees, and a local guy, Dave Fedek, dropping the pucks and patrolling the lines. They are our officiating crew for the Russell Cup finals.
Another face-off win there by the Tottenham Steam, and double teaming there on Zach Zolkanix, and Zolkanix comes away with the puck. Quick pass over to Gardeman. Gardeman goes into the corner. Back over to Zolkanix. Zolkanix takes a whack, misses the puck, catches a leg, goes back in the scrum looking for the puck. And the Steam come back out. Here's Wallace up across the line. Drops it back to Daniluk. He's got nowhere to go but off the glass behind the net. Puck's in the feet. There's Savelka. Shovels it around. 4 players are pushing it around, shoving it, and the Tottenham Steam come out of it with the puck, get a quick shot on net, and there's another little jab there. The stick work is a little bit extraneous tonight as they go around from both teams, so we'll likely see a few more penalties because of that. Niederbach steps into a backwards check. Zolkanix passes over to Niederbach, but Doublestein gets a beautiful glove on that. Freezes Niederbach, and it goes up and out of play.
And Mark, there's our WeTV player to watch, Ludwig Niederbach, as we follow him to the bench, our Swedish-born hockey player. Leading scorer in the regular season for the Kingsville Kings, just found his way early to the penalty box, but Niederbach has to come through big in this playoff series if Kingsville wants to be successful. Ludwig Niederbach.
He was successful in the regular season. Let's see what he can do in the playoffs. And there's a quick shot, and a wide open net, and they backhanded it just wide. Callum Hofford managed to get that on net quickly, and Gardeman couldn't finish it off. Much better pace tonight than it was the last game. C.J. Nicholson up across the blue and winds and shoots. Whoa. And Fisher gets his stick on it. Austin Fisher, not Matt Fisher, gets his stick on it and knocks it away. And C.J. Nicholson loses his stick. A scrum in the corner, but nothing will come of that.
Mark, we spoke about puck luck for the Kingsville Kings, but one of the other things they have to have is they have to have grit from their gritty players. In other words, the dirty players who are going to get greasy, they have to do that. You think of C.J. Nicholson, Devin Dara, Matt Matty, Blake Nada. These guys have to provide the energy, the grease, and the grit down low if the Kingsville Kings are going to win this hockey game.
Well, here's Dan Leach, Ivan Hojlov, and Marvin Simmons. Dan Leach throws a big check, and the puck squirts out around. Simmons dumps it down deep again. Hojlov goes after it. Leach has parked himself out front waiting for the pass. Simmons back to Hojlov. Leach still in the slot looking for that pass as the Steam pick up the puck and skate it out of their zone. Up across the line. Wallace into the corner. He gets checked off the puck. And now Matt Fisher. He goes through a foray of Kingsville Kings. Comes up with the puck. Walker shovels it over to the near boards. And the Kingsville Kings up off the glass, but don't quite get it out. Puck is directed towards Jan Pesek, wide of the net, but he wisely gets the glove on it and goes for the faceoff.
Mark, I wasn't here on Friday night, as you know, but you described, you think you're seeing a good pace of this game?
Much better pace in this game, yes. The both teams that come out, it was like they were feeling each other out. They really don't see each other. They saw themselves play each other in the that exhibition they had mid-season, but they really didn't know what to expect. They read the papers, they look at things as well, and go on WeTV and watch games. But they didn't really know what it was like. So it took a little while to get things going. But they've got each other figured out right now, and they're playing hard. Little inadvertent offside there.
Yeah, Mark, it's a big game. Game 4 is one of those games where it really starts to matter. Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, you can win, you can lose. You find yourself, one of the two teams is going to be 2-on-1. But to lose Game 4, you are, then the next game, you are at the end of that rope. You're on the edge of that cliff.
It's almost like you jumped in the ditch going after your keys if you lose this game.
Yeah, these people here tonight are at the right game. Game 4 is the game you want to be at. It matters for everybody.
As Robert Liss working on the blue line, can't quite get it out. The puck manages to squirt out, and there's Brem with a quick shot just directed towards Jan Pesek. He drops low and steers that into the corner. Here's Havelka coming out of his own zone. He's got a lane. He's going through. He sidesteps Guerrero, still has the puck in the corner. He gets checked off that by Daniluk, but Havelka is in there working hard. Johnny Guerrero, Daniluk is working on him. Comes back to the point. Kotek with a quick shot. Back out to center ice. Kotek. Little soft shot in. Niederbach is in there. Little chop to the back of the head, but he stands his ground, and Danny Doublestein comes up with the puck.
Yeah, Doublestein does the right thing there, covering that puck. Our WeTV player to watch, Ludwig Niederbach, you know he's going to be in that blue ice like he's still bumping into people and smiling about it, Mark. He likes to go to the net. He wants to be in that blue paint, and he wants to let you know he's there.
Yeah, doesn't mind the pain, that man. And he works hard for it every night. There's Walker, a little chop. Knocks him down, loses his step. Timofeyev can't quite get to it. Callum Hofford with a little double in there. And there we have a little bit more of pushing and shoving in the net. Ludwig Niederbach.
Zach Zolkanix from Kenai River, Alaska. He's another one that likes that blue paint. They don't mind letting the opposing goaltender know we're here. Hey, Doublestein, you're in our rink. This is our building. And I spend more time in this blue paint than you do. I'm just giving it to you for 60 minutes tonight, but I'm going to skate around it and try to bother you.
And you're in my way, so I'm going to... Tottenham's team come out of their zone. Wallace dumps it deep. Jan Pesek's indicating it's going to let it go all the way around. And off the end boards, there's McDonough. Timofeyev steps into one. Little shot, it goes off the goaltender and up and over, and referee has indicated face-off to the left of Jan Pesek.
If you're going to win on the road, Mark, you have to bury that shot, and that's what Coach Wood was telling me before the game. Anything in that prime scoring area, that scoring house, if you will, that shot's got to be on net, and it's got to beat Pesek. Those are the kind of things that the team have to bury.
Well, in 18 games, Stepan Timofeyev, who's got the puck right now, has got 21 goals. He has really lit up the Tottenham team since he's been aboard. We were talking to Coach Wood there last game, and he's only been here since Christmas, but he's really lit this team alive. And he's was held scoreless on Friday, but he's looking for some tonight. A little bit of a pile up there as a player falls on the puck in the corner. Can't quite see who that is, but we're going to have a face-off again just to the left of Jan Pesek as they pile out. Looks like Liam Sweeney is getting up a little slow.
Yeah, Mark, he's touching his lip there. He looks like he's going to be okay. As you know, these players play with half shields. The bottom part of their head, their face is open. You're going to get clipped by a glove, a puck, a stick. He looks like he's okay. But this is a big face-off. Halfway through the first period now, Tottenham's got to win this face-off and get those critical shots on net.
Michael Bergman wins that face-off for the Tottenham's team. It goes back to Brem. Niederbach tries to play the shortstop move on it to knock it out of the zone. He comes up with the puck. Brem clips him. Big. Niederbach's going to be looking for his number. That was a rough check. As he gets up to those Zolkanix. Niederbach is with him. Zolkanix sidesteps his check, gets it over to Niederbach. Off the skate, it's sitting in the blue ice. And the Tottenham's team come out of the zone with the puck. Liam Sweeney. Into Jan Pesek. Zagassi sends Sweeney for a bit of a spill there. Quickly, the Kings dump it in. Three players change up, and Niederbach plays the pick. C.J. Nicholson now. Zolkanix is calling for it, but Burdov steps on the ice, and he has the puck. Burdov gives that up. It comes out to Kotek. A little bit of back and forth here in the neutral ice as Kotek runs the block on the blue line. Tottenham's team are trying to push their way in, can't quite make it, and the puck gets knocked back into the steam zone. York shovels it out. That's Nada. Had nowhere to go, so he drops it back. A little bit of a miscue there for the Kingsville Kings, and Tottenham's team come up with the puck. Picard, straddling the blue line, almost loses it. Comes all the way around. Cale Markham now in the corner. Frederick Surrey's in there as well. Sticks are flying. Kingsville Kings get a hold of the puck. and shovel it down the ice and get the call of icing.
Kingsville won't be able to make a line change here, Mark, as we look at Brendan York there for the Tottenham Steam. Great addition to this team. I know Ryan Wood's very high on him and his contribution. Kingsville looked like they were a bit hemmed in their own ends there. They're Tottenham putting the steam on them, if you will. Kingsville looks like they're lacking a bit of juice right now.
Yeah. Have a look for another intentional icing here just so they can get a bit of a break here, and that isn't going to happen as they shovel it out. Hojlov throws the lumber into Timofeyev. The puck comes into the Kingsville zone. Bodies are flying. Marvin Simmons is in there as well, as Matt Fisher is in there digging. He steps out, just gets into a safe zone, hoping the puck comes up. We have another whistle as the puck was frozen out of the sight of the official.
Yeah, Kingsville is going to want to play smart in their own end. They're not going to want to take chances. Always have a hesitation as a player. Can I get that puck up the middle and out if there's traffic in front of me along the boards? Don't do it. Freeze along the boards. Take that face off and regroup.
Game 4 of the Russell Cup Finals. Tottenham leads the best-of-7 series 2-1. No score here. And we're 10 minutes in the first period in Kingsville on WeTV. Glad everybody's decided to join us tonight. I want to welcome all the viewers from Tottenham. We had some problems with them. They had no power on our last broadcast, so really glad that they're able to check out their Tottenham Steam and cheer loudly in the living rooms watching WeTV. Kingsville Kings have pushed the puck into the Tottenham zone, but now it comes back into the Kingsville zone. Callum Hofford now behind his own net. Being chased there by Timofeyev as Hofford comes out, curls, winds, over to Nicholson. Nicholson does a little sidestep, dishes off to Leach, and Leach goes in the zone. Leach cuts through, gets a soft shot on net, and is directed the other way. David Vosterek now dumps it into the far corner. Stike goes after it. Stike high off the boards, knocks it out. Vosterek quickly up to Hojlov, tries to hit Matty, and Matty goes in offside. Vosterek one more time. Steven Zegasi. There's Matt Matty. In the corner, tries to shovel it out to his partner, Blake Nada. Couldn't quite get there. A steam stick was in the way. Oh, we got a puck in the face there. Danil Ovchinnikov went down to block the puck, and he got it in the face, and he makes a quick change. A little bit of welcome to the ice here, and as Daniluk drives the Kingsville player to the ice, standing there making a whack at Danny Doublestein. But it looks like we may have a penalty on the play. Austin Fisher. The rough stuff continues, as those that were watching the last game, you remember Austin Fisher as he skated by Ludwig Niederbach and popped him and was invited to leave the game because of that. This isn't quite as rough, but he's going to sit 2 or less. We've got the Kingsville player still on the ice. The trainer is out there having a look. So a little bit of a check from behind knocked him down. He may have done a face plant, and let's hope that he's okay.
Yeah, Gord Young, referee Gord Young, we saw he issued Austin Fisher to the box and gave him a slashing penalty. We saw the great shot of the Kingsville bench. This is giving Coach Gary Ostolis there. We see him with his foot up. He's wondering if there's going to be more than 2, considering what's happening down to his player down there. I can't really see who's still. Is that Robert Liss, Mark?
It might be Robert Liss, yes.
Yeah, Robert Liss from Prague, Czechoslovakia. He's up now. He, according to Gord Young, took that slash. It dropped him to the ice. It only looks like Gary Ostolos is going to have 2 minutes on the power play and not get his wish, perhaps, of a major.
No. There we hear the call, 2 for slashing for Austin Fisher. So a penalty apiece. Ludwig Niederbach for 2, Austin Fisher for 2. Face off in the Tottenham zone, won by the Kings, but the Tottenham's team come out of it. That's Timofeyev. But Zegasi gets his way in front of him. Timofeyev comes up with the puck, a little soft shot across the crease, and up and out of play.
Yeah, especially on a power play, Kingsville has to handle that puck, move that puck with authority. Zegasi there can't be so free-handed. He almost gave an opportunity there to the Steam, shooting the puck up over the net. As I say all the time, Mark, the last thing you want to have is having a face-off in your own end on the power play.
Kingsville Kings bring it out of the zone. Brem quickly dumps it all the way back in. Jan Pesek comes up with that. Callum Hofford behind his own net. Matt Fisher watching him. He gets it over to Zolkanik. Zolkanik tries to do the wide pass to Niederbach, and it's a little too hot for him to handle. And the Steam wisely dump it back in. Short-handed the Steam are. Timofeyev takes a chop from Hodulov. And the Tottenham bench was looking for a cross-checking call on that, but none to be had. C.J. Nicholson. He's got the puck back to Zegasi. Kingsville Kings are trying to set up. A little bit of pushing and shoving in front of the net. As the Steam managed to get a hold of the puck and dump it all the way down.
Boy, Mark, Kingsville, we've seen them do a lot of good things on the power play here this year. They really got to pull this together, find that one shot. They got to set it up and find that room.
Callum Hofford all the way in. Hits the Steam wall, hits the brakes. Kotek now. Cycling, looking for a lane, doesn't see one. Shovels it off to Hodulov. Back to Kotek. He winds. Nicholson ends up with the puck on his stick. Doublestein is shoveling and slashing, and Nicholson is down there, and Doublestein is going after him. Nicholson was laying on the ice, and Denny Doublestein had shoved his stick in the vicinity of C.J. Nicholson's abdomen 2 or 3 times. A little unnecessary in my opinion, but it is the game of hockey, and sometimes tempers flare.
There's 2 ways to succeed on the power play, Mark, and I appreciate the referee showing restraint here. Sometimes you let these scrums around the net just settle themselves out. Good non-call by the officials, but there's 2 ways to succeed on the power play. You can put the puck in the net, or you can put a lot of traffic around the net and really try to frustrate the opposing goalie. With Darren Nicholson out on the ice for Kingsville Kings, I really think they're trying to get under Doublestein's skin.
Well, Doublestein didn't bite in the last game, and it doesn't look like he's biting this game. He's a big guy, and he's rather aggressive in his own right. And we'll see what happens in the Doublestein show tonight. Devin Dara on the far boards. Drops it back to Avelka. He shovels it over to Hodulov. Hodulov gets a shot. It goes a little high, but Kotek is having a hard time keeping it in. And here comes Matt Fisher, leading scorer for the Tottenham Steam. Big shot, but easily handled by Jan Pesek as he steers that up into the netting.
Easily handled by Pesek for sure, but really, quite frankly, the Kingsville Kings should never be in that situation. They've been struggling to set it up in the Steam zone. They haven't been able to secure the puck. Again, Mark, another face-off in your own zone on the power play.
Well, they've hit a bit of a bump, the Kingsville Kings have, and fortunately they haven't been scored upon because of that bump. But the Tottenham Steam seem to have created a little bit of an assembly here, and the Kingsville Kings are still trying to find their groove. Ludwig Niederbach up across the line. His lane got shut down. He's used to making the move up that left side, and here comes Matt Fisher one more time from the outside. Tries to get the shot off and is thwarted by Ludwig Niederbach. Quick out to the middle. Johnny Guerrero was the intended pass receiver, and he couldn't quite get up to it. Steven Zegasi now with the puck. He shoots it up across the line. Hodulov can't quite keep it in, and Timofeyev shovels it forward. Gail Markham around the far side. There's Hodulov one more time. Once again, Johnny Guerrero tried to get the stretch pass and was blocked by the Steam. Zolkanix now down deep, shovels it out front. Hodulov can't get his stick on it. Steven Zegasi now. Being checked by Markham, he shoves it into the corner. That's Hodulov in the corner now. Wallace is on him. Shovels it out front. Steam are there. Out to neutral ice, and Zach McDonough pulls that down out of the air. Zach McDonough throws a big check on Markham, and the Steam just keep rolling. Step on Timofeyev, shovels it out front. Quick shot up and over the net by Brandon York. In a little tight for a defenseman, but he gets the shot off. There's McDonough working down low. Dan Leach comes out of the scrum with the puck. Shovels it over to Marvin Simmons. He's got the head fake. Good shot. I don't think Denny Doublestein was quite sure where that was. He looked like he was a little bit stretched out. And Dan Leach tries to do the curl, but Doublestein had got around to the other side. Timofeyev back the other way. Daniil Ovchinnikov. Puck was just left there. Jan Pesek was kind of tied up on the left, and he just knocks Timofeyev down, pushes him out of the zone. And the Steam fans are looking for the penalty, and
looks like they're going to get
looks
one.
Looks like they got one. Gord Young's hands up in the air as the Steam have the extra attacker looking for a little bit of pressure. Matt Fisher now shovels it out front. Daniluk now. Quick shot. Jan Pesek steers that to the corner. Pushed off the puck, and Blake Nada gets to the puck, and the penalty will now be called. Cross-checking is the call. Gord Young makes it, and the Kingsville Kings will find themselves short one player, and that player's name is Dan Leach.
Yeah, Mark. Up to this point, with 4:40 left in the period, neither team has wanted to score on the power play. Both teams had an opportunity. The Steam get another one right now because of Dan Leach's cross-check. It's kind of been a messy affair so far.
Messy affair, but I really think the Steam have got a little bit of momentum going right here, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they're able to capitalize on this power play situation.
Yeah, you know what? In order to win in the playoffs, you have to pay the price. And Mark, that each game that goes along, you have to be willing to pay a little more. In other words, if there's a Game 7, you basically have to want to sacrifice everything you have. I don't want to say your life, but either team's got to sacrifice this to get something happening here tonight.
But that's the mindset, you know. Figuratively, yes. Kingsville Kings dump it all the way down. You hear the Steam fans cheering on their team here at the Kingsville Arena. You're watching it on WeTV, and the Tottenham Steam are on the power play for another minute and a half as Matt Fisher comes all the way down. Big check. He takes an elbow, and it looks like David Vosterek gets the worst of that as he slumps over heading to the bench. Might have dislocated something. Dumped it behind. Here's Fisher. He winds. Jan Pesek sees that one coming. Is able to get over in the way. Havelka gets knocked to the ice, but not before he manages to get the puck out of the zone. Over to Timofeyev. He's up the middle. Quick shot. Tries to split the D, and they're not going to have it as Matt Matty and David Vosterek stand him up. And Jan Pesek comes up with the puck.
Yeah, we saw a great save there by Jan Pesek, and of course all goaltenders have to be the best penalty killers for their team when they're killing a penalty. Pesek on top of the blue ice, shoulders back, square to the shooter, was able to gobble up that shot and prevent the Steam goal.
Well, Timofeyev has been all over the ice. He hasn't been able to make the puck go from stick to net, but he's definitely been in position several times already in this young game. 3:31 to go here in the first period, and we're still waiting for our first goal of the game. Devin Dara spins around, gets his stick on it, knocks it a little bit out of the zone. Off Chinnikov now, number 17 for the Steam. Up into the zone. Timofeyev. He switches over, drops it back, quick shot, goes wide. And the Steam come out of the corner. There's Picard. He's cycling. He gets back on the puck. Timofeyev now. Pushing with Matt Matty. Knocks into the corner. David Vosterek turns around and winds. Big shot there by Timofeyev, and Jan Pesek gets out there.
Wow, Mark, great save by Jan Pesek there. The Czechoslovakian-born goaltender for the Kingsville Kings. He's been a standout in net all year for the Kings, and there, Mark, you see why. That was great lateral movement, post to post, post to beyond post, to gobble up that open net and take away that scoring chance. Great save by Jan Pesek.
Matt Fisher in now to take the face-off with C.J. Nicholson, and Fisher is asked to leave. Frederick Surian pulls it all the way back. A little bit of blood on the ice, Steve, from the far face-off dot. So here comes Dan Leach out of the box, back to 5-on-5 hockey. Blake Nada circles, winds in the net. Oh, what a shot! I think that went a little bit off the sweater of Doublestein. He expected it to go a little bit higher, and it caught him in the side of the sweater and trickled in the net and all the way down. And the Kingsville Kings are saluting their fans, and they're doing the parade in front of the bench, and they're up 1-0 here at Kingsville Arena.
There's Blake Nader right there. Grabbed that puck coming out of the box. Sorry, he wasn't coming out of the box, but quite often that happens, Mark. One team is on the power play. They have the advantage. They're peppering the net right off the bat. They ice the puck partially. Kingsville, great shot by Nader. And that's what it's going to take, Mark. I'm sorry. Just put pucks on net. Anything can happen.
Oh, kitchen sink hockey.
There you go.
And here we go.
It's true.
Here's
kitchen
Wallace.
sink hockey.
Wallace comes in, gets the shot. That's blocked by the Kingsville Kings. Another quick shot goes wide of that. That squirts through. And Jan Pesek wasn't sure where it was, but Colin Hofford saw it, and he skates out of the zone. Quickly up to Niederbach off the skates. He kicks it up, and they can't quite get it out. Here's Zokanix now. Zokanix off a player. Little hand pass into Tottenham zone. Comes out. And he touched it just outside the blue ice. We've got a hand pass call back for the face-off in the Steam end.
Mark Blake, native from Brooklyn, Ohio. He's been a standout player. We've loved him all year, his grit, his tenacity. And you know what? He knows that he's got to shoot that puck in that shooting zone during a playoff game, and he's rewarded.
Yep. Well, he listens to Steve's keys regularly, I hear. There's Ivan Hojlov. A little soft back, and the net's off.
Come on.
He broke his stick. Dan Leach. Oh, you can just see a look on his face. If we can get there, you can see Dan Leach's face on camera. He's just like, can you believe it? That really happened to me? He had to hold net.
Mark, not only the $200 Canadian blow up in his hands, Doublestein, the big body, comes over and kicks the net off, and he didn't score. You know, I'm sure Kingsville's clamoring for a penalty on that. You could clearly see Doublestein kick the net off.
Oh, yeah. But nothing Jan Pesek hasn't done either. So it kind of works both ways. There's Hojlov. Fighting off 3 steam. Gets the puck on the net. But Doublestein is hugging the post. Puck squirts out. Zegesi is having a hard time with it. And here's Freeman. Freeman gets it away from Zegesi. Zegesi hits the brakes and just pins him against the boards. Had an opportunity to throw the big check, but he saw the number and held up. Good job on Steven Zegesi. They're working in the corner now. There's Johnson and Zegesi as a couple of players fall on it. Good time to blow the whistle. We don't need anybody else hurt in a scrum on the corner because those dasher boards tend to cause some damage.
Do I see Gord Young calling a penalty, Mark?
Well, it looks like Steven Zegesi is heading over to the box, so he might have been just a little bit too aggressive in that situation. And yes, Steve Pronger, Gord Young did call Steven Zegesi.
Sorry for the sigh there.
Hey, no. 2-minute penalty indicated, 1:06 to play here in the first period. The Kingsville Kings are up 1, but the Tottenham Steam are now on the power play. Puck squirts out. Here comes Matt Matty, shorthanded. He's got Devin Dara with him, stepping around, up and over, and Doublestein from his knees was able to reach up about a foot and a half above the net. Long arms for a goaltender. And there's offside, and then a check by Devin Dara. Oh, a little bit of a head push and a fake spit, but we'll see what goes on. Timofeyev didn't like that tap that Devin Dara laid on him.
Yeah, Devin Dara, great penalty killing effort all year for the Kingsville Kings. He's out there. We know Gary Astolos, him and Matt Matty, Blake Nada, Johnny Guerrero. These guys can kill penalty. They can play well 4-on-4, and we saw right there a great opportunity on Doublestein. Kingsville could have taken a 2-0 lead on the penalty kill.
Absolutely. Those 3 players that you mentioned there, Steve, are the grit line. If you'll humor me there for a bit, they definitely work hard with Blake Nada, the Matt Matties, and Johnny Guerreros. Little tip up in there by Timofeyev. Jan Pesek comes out of this net and manages to get it out. Here's Nada in a foot race on Wallace. Can't quite get the stick on him. And Brandon York, the defenseman for this team, comes up all the way around behind the net. He shovels it out front, tries to hit Fisher with it, but it gets all the way back to Walker. There's Picard. Big shot, but Guerrero goes down and makes the block. Another one goes all the way through to Pesek. He sees that cleanly. Top of the blue ice, makes the save. A little scrum in front.
It's 5 seconds here, Mark, left in this period. And you know what? If I'm the Tottenham Steam, I may pull my goaltender here, get that 6-man on the ice and repair. You know, I may sound odd to a lot of viewers or even yourself, but you know what? It is playoff hockey. You got an opportunity. If I believe in my face-off guy, I may pull my goaltender here, get that 6-man out, line up that shot. But I guess it doesn't matter at this point.
No, and they're calling it outside, so. Quick face-off, won by the Kingsville Kings, but controlled by the Tottenham Steam. And there's the buzzer. A little bit of pushing and shoving as one Steam player is nestled between 4 Kingsville Kings sweaters. And the rest of the white group shows up in defense. Steven Segasi looks on a little frustrated with his situation and has some words for Timofeyev as he skates by.
You know, Mark, if I'm the Tottenham Steam, I'm down 1-0, but you know what? It really is no big deal. You know why? Because I'm up 2-1. Coach Ryan Wood just wants to really have his troops relax, take a breather. They're still shaking off their bus legs, perhaps. And they know that they can just find that one shot and they're back in this game. Kingsville Kings, on the other hand, really have to play disciplined hockey now and stay out of that penalty box and limit the power play opportunities they may give to the Steam.
Well, you have a great shot of the crowd enjoying this game. 1-0 Kingsville Kings at the end of one period. You're watching Kingsville Kings hockey, Russell Cup final, game number 4. It's time for the first intermission on WeTV.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Live and local, WeTV.
Hi, I'm Joe Quenville, coach of the Chicago Blackhawks, and a proud graduate of FJ Brennan High. I can remember fondly my 5 great years at Brennan. It seems like just yesterday that we're there. A lot of great life lessons that I learned along the way, particularly from my teachers in the Catholic program. Want to wish everybody there good luck, and look forward to being a proud graduate and being a proud Cardinal going on here in Chicago.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the billion-dollar parkway. That's real manpower in action. End to end, over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well-trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
Hi, I'm Ed Jovanovski. Watch us on WeTV. We got you covered.
Your Windsor Essex Sports Connection, WeTV. It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative. It's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Live and local, WeTV.
Welcome back to Kingsville Arena. Mark Knight along with Steve Pronger. Kingsville Kings hockey. We're in the first intermission, and you see the score there. Kingsville Kings are up 1-0. Steve, let's have a breakdown of the scoring summary here.
Yeah, Blake Native from Brooklyn, Ohio. We saw a great goal from him late in the first period, Mark. That was his fourth of the playoffs, giving the Kingsville Kings a 1-0 lead here in game number 4 of this Russell Cup final, with assists going to Hofford and Nicholson at 17:28 of the first period. And again, Blake Native taking that rule of kitchen sink hockey, right? You get in that area, you throw everything at the net. It caught goaltender Doublestein off guard, and lo and behold, 1-0 Kingsville Kings.
That was an even strength goal, and we saw a few penalties, some rather ill-advised penalties. Not that any penalty is well-advised, but they're rather ill-advised situations. Thinking back to Steve's keys, and after you talking with the coaches, they both said, be more disciplined. In your opinion, would you say that the players are listening to what the coaches have to say?
It's a hard thing to guess, Mark, or gauge as we see the referees taking the ice. In playoffs, there's nerves, and there's a difference between regular season play and nerves and playoff nerves. It's tough to stay disciplined when you have the excitement and the anxiety of playoff hockey. Overall, I think the players are staying disciplined. I think, who is staying disciplined, Mark? The referees. I think they made a lot of non-calls, which is good. Let's let the players settle it. But they also called what was necessary. But you know what, Mark? Neither team scored on the power play.
No. And the one goal that we just talked about there, Blake Native's goal, was just like eight or 9 seconds after the penalty has expired. Dan Leach comes out of the box, and although he wasn't involved in the play, Colin Hofford and C.J. Nicholson assisted on Blake Native's goal. But it just, you see that situation, and neither team seemed to have that power play groove.
Yeah, so looks like the Tottenham Steam are going to start the period with a power play, as you know. And this is an opportunity for them to put Kingsville down right away and get back in this hockey game. If the Steam were to score on this power play, Mark, it would take some of the wind out of the Kings' sails.
And I would agree with that. It's tough sometimes to start where you split a period with a penalty, and you use a little bit of your power play time on dirty ice, and you use a little bit of your power play time on fresh ice, and things are a little bit different. And sometimes the ice is a little bit too wet, but you see the referees just discussing the situation here, and maybe patting themselves. There's a little fist pump, guys. Good job in the first period. Let's keep going and do the same things one more period at a time. 20 minutes to play here in the second period. You're watching WeTV. We want to say hello to all the people that are watching in Tottenham. Really appreciate you being here. And just want to remind you, we're going to be here tomorrow night Game time, 8 o'clock. Game 5 of the Russell Cup with more Tottenham Steam and Kingsville Kings hockey. We're set to go here in the second period. Dave Fedek drops a puck, and Picard wins that. Quickly back to him at center. He tries to shovel it across. The puck comes right back to him as Jan Pesek has to go post to post, trying to keep the puck out of the Kingsville net. Picard still with the puck. Quick shot. It goes wide of the net all the way around. Another quick shot behind the net, and Vosteric shovels it high and out, and it goes over York's stick. He gets a swipe at it, and Denny Doublestein comes out, negates the icing. Back behind his own net. Brandon York. He gives it up. Blake Nada, here's our goal scorer. One more time. Let's see what happens. Denny Doublestein drops the pads and makes the big save. But Blake Nada, what an opportunity he had. Read the play perfectly, knocked the puck down, went in all alone.
Mark, we've seen the Kingsville Kings score short-handed all season long in this building, and they're very good at it, and we almost saw it again.
Well, Steven Zegesi comes out of the box, and there's another situation that the Tottenham Steam have squandered on the power play as the Kingsville Kings are trying to get it out of their zone up and over the head of referee J.P. St. Jules, and it squirts out, and it's a foot race between York and Niederbach, and Niederbach gets a quick shot. Doublestein kind of plays that a little oddly, but he's down, and Zolkanik comes up, puts his back up to him, and says, "Hey, how you doing, Denny?" And Denny doesn't bite.
There's our WeTV player to watch, Ludwig Niederbach, Swedish-born player, leading scorer for the Kingsville Kings. It looks like Gary Astolis is going to give him a rest. This guy has been the life and soul and the heart of the Kingsville Kings, Mark.
From Örnsköldsvik, Sweden.
Wow, very impressive.
Not bad. I practiced that for a week to learn how to say that word. There's Brem trying to get it out of his zone. High off the glass. Brought down with a hand, and out he comes. Thomas Freeman dumping it in. Kingsville Kings dump it right back. Freeman makes the jump. Makes a little tick on it. Brem gives it away right out front. Denny Doublestein has to make a great save to stop that. Here's Colin Hofford. Settles the puck down, a little snapshot. That goes off the mask of Denny Doublestein, but it comes around and looks like Dan Leach was in the right place at the right time. And Dan Leach from a shot from Colin Hofford, and you see the fans go wild. 2-0 Kingsville early in the second period.
Mark, that's a perfect example of what I was talking about, puck luck. Okay, so the first part of that is you take every opportunity, you throw that puck on net, bounces can happen anytime, puck luck can happen anytime. Dan Leach right there, Dan Leach from Crosson, Michigan, was in the right place at the right time, but why was it happening? Because someone from Kingsville decided, I'm going to throw that puck in the net. Leach gets the rebound off the back and beats Doublestein.
Wow. Tottenham Steam are shaking their head now. Kingsville Kings are up 2-0 on them as Steven Zegesi shovels it forward. Niederbach takes a big check from Fisher. Austin Fisher and Ludwig Niederbach met in the last game, and Austin Fisher was asked to leave, and they're a little pushing and shoving, getting reacquainted now since they didn't play a full game the last time. Frederick Surrey now down in, pushing Blosteric around. Puck comes out. Steven Zegesi tries to feed Niederbach, but Matt Fisher comes up with the puck. Fisher goes high, up and over the net. He's got Austin Fisher with him. Blosteric gets upended by Timofeyev. Niederbach settles it down just a little bit. Johnny Guerrero tries to reach for it, can't quite come up with it. Timofeyev working on Steven Zegesi now. Johnny Guerrero tries a little flip pass, but it goes off his stick and back into the zone. Puck's just doing some bouncing around now. They need a little more puck luck now to get it going. And here comes Niederbach. A little soft shot, goes off a stick and in the corner. And now he throws the big check. A little bit of pushing and shoving. He loses his bucket, has to pick that up as Wallace comes the other way. Wallace gets a quick shot. Jan Pesek goes wide, and the puck doesn't get directed toward the net. Here comes Fisher. Net's off as Fisher touches the puck. Play is called. We got some pushing and shoving there between Ludwig Niederbach and Austin Fisher, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that and see what's going on. I think that might develop into something a little bit later in the game.
Well, you told me, Mark, they have a history, these two, and let's face it, the Tottenham team realize they have to shut down Niederbach if they're going to have a chance, certainly in this building on a smaller ice.
Well, Austin Fisher's listed at 195, Ludwig Niederbach at 216, so But Austin Fisher throws his weight around like he's a much bigger fellow, so we'll see what happens there. Danny Doublestein gets the stick out. Paddle out wide, knocks the puck down as the Kingsville Kings try to get it deeper into the zone. Timofeyev now. Over to Wallace. York picks it up. Little tip out there by York. And it goes all the way down. Timofeyev now gets it. Hojlov pastes him into the backboards. He tries to come out, and Havelka hits him as well. Timofeyev in there working. Hojlov chops at him. Timofeyev has a look and wondering, what are you doing? Brandon York with a big shot. And Timofeyev and Hojlov are doing a little bit of a dueling with the cross checks. No calls. Asked to settle it down.
Yeah, Mark, we have the scoring play. It was Dan Leach for the Kingsville Kings, his 7th of the playoff, again with the assist going to Calum Hofford. Second of the night. That goal was at 1:57 of the second period. Leach from Hofford giving the Kingsville Kings a 2-0 lead.
Great shot by Hofford there, the intentional miss to bounce it around, and Dan Leach was a recipient of a beautiful bounce. 2-0 Kingsville here in the Russell Cup Finals, Game 4. Kingsville Arena on WeTV. Callum Hofford, 2 assists on the night as he skates out from behind his own net. Little soft pass up to Blake Nate as he knifes it into the zone. Brandon York behind his own net. Matty shovels it back down. York once again gets it out. Ethan Cornford on one of his first shifts of the game. Gets knocked down. York one more time. Over to Walker. Walker shovels it out. There's Hofford again. One more time. Quick shot. Up off the dasher board. Goes right to Blake Nada. Nada comes up with it. Zach McDonough manages to keep it in. And York skates it out. Blake Nada one more time. He's got Matt Matty with him. Quick shot there, but Doublestein gives it to him. Game 5 is tomorrow night. Don't forget, in Kingsville, live here on WeTV. 8 o'clock is game time. Hope to have everybody here. Tell your friends. It's going to be a great game. This is turning into an awesome series, and we knew that it would, Steve. The highest scoring team in the GMHL and the most defensive team in the GMHL, number 1 in each of their divisions, and they're playing in the final.
Yeah, it's a stormy night here in Kingsville, Mark. As you know, you can hear it on the roof of the building, but it's starting to show a little daylight here for the Kingsville Kings.
And you can hear the Tottenham Steam fans cheering on their team. We've got a penalty coming. And we got 2 penalties coming.
Yeah,
we got an interference call and a slashing call. So they're trying to get Daniel Burdov to go in the box, and Burdov and Daniluk. And they're both being called for interference. I'm sorry, I thought I saw a slashing motion, but 2 interference calls offsetting.
Yeah, there's J.P. St. Jules referee. I thought he did the same thing, gestured a slash mark, but no, he's got some 4-on-4 hockey's the ticket at the moment.
14:39 to go here in the second period. 4-on-4 on the small ice here in Kingsville Arena. And the Tottenham Steam have a little bit of control of the puck. Jan Pesek says, we're going to face off that again. I didn't like how that started.
We haven't seen much of the Steam play 4-on-4 this year, Mark. Well, I haven't. They're a first-place team overall, but I know the Kingsville Kings love playing 4-on-4 in this building. Gives them an opportunity for their skilled players to shine.
And one of those skilled players has the puck right now. Steven Zegassi goes up the far boards. Walker trips over the blue line. Zegassi still has it, tries to shovel it up to Zolkanics. It's parked in front of the blue ice. The puck goes towards him, but Doublestein gets his stick out there. Havelka's in a foot race with Fisher. Fisher shoves it over to Picard. Picard across the blue line. Niederbach's on him. A nice little dip play, but it comes back to Picard. Back out to Niederbach. He tries to sidestep Walker. Loses his step. Zolkanics goes to the blue ice. Runs out of room. Comes up with the puck. Vosterek tries to kick one up. We got a 3-man break. Havelka's back alone. That's York to Fisher. Gets the shot and goes wide. Jan Pesek dropped back into the net. He may have just got a piece of that and steered it into the corner. Here comes York one more time. Brandon York for the Tottenham Steam. Picard was looking for it. Nothing to go. York gets the shot, and it goes off of a Kingsville Kings player. Now it's 2 down. Kotek in unfamiliar territory looking for the pass. Now he's got to hustle back. Havelka back all alone one more time. Timofeyev shovels it over to Fisher. Fisher puts it in the net. Tic-tac-toe, and the Tottenham Steam have life.
There it is. These odd man rushes, Mark, can really hurt you. We look at some very happy Tottenham Steam fans just outside of our booth there. And 2 or 3, we see this gentleman right in front of us. Tremendous shot by Fisher on that goal. He's our WeTV player to watch from the Steam. Matt Fisher, leading scorer all year long for them in the regular season. Lights the lamp now on 4-on-4 hockey. Mark, I was just thinking to myself, on 4-on-4 hockey, the goaltender's got to take the shooter. It's a one-on-one battle. Fisher got the best of Pashik there.
Oh, absolutely. But you've got to play Timofeyev. Like, Timofeyev has been lighting them up here in the playoffs. So you got their 2 best scorers, the one in the playoffs and the one in the regular season coming at you. And Jan Peshek did his best, but the Tottenham Steam come up victorious on that play. Zach McDonough throwing his weight around as the Steam shovel the puck. There's Timofeyev one more time, the assist getter. Shoving Burdov down. We got another man down. Timofeyev throws an extra check into Burdov as he gets upended. Probably knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, Daniel Burdov from Moscow, Russia. I think, if I'm correct, Timofeyev is from St. Petersburg, Russia. 2 countrymen there getting a little jostling done in the corner. Going back to that goal, Timofeyev and Fisher, 2-on-1 on the Kingsville net. One of the 2 of them has a great opportunity. Yeah. You got to take away the pass. Goaltender's got the shooter. What are you going to do? Great shot for a goal.
Perfect situation for the Tottenham Steam as the penalty box empties. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Colin Hofford in his own end. Gets it over to McDonough. McDonough shovels it up. As we can hear the rain coming. Heavy rain here in Kingsville. Marvin Simmons tries to reach for it, can't quite get it. Wallace, the captain of the Steam, back behind his own net. Wallace hits his brakes. Simmons throws a check into him. Dan Leach tries to get up underneath. Another clip there by Matt Matty. Over to Wallace. Callum Hofford now behind his net. York and Walker on D for the Tottenham Steam, waiting for the Kingsville Kings to enter their zone. Walker has to go back for it. Back behind his own net. Looking for the pass. He hits Timofeyev, and then Blake Nada upends Timofeyev. There's Johnny Guerrero, gets a quick shot, and he drives the net, but Danny Doublestein has the puck.
Great check along the boards by the Kingsville Kings forward. One of the things that Ryan Wood, coach of the Steam, told me before the game, his people need to play hard along the wall. We just saw a great example of that from Kingsville. They're playing hard against that wall. Both teams are going to have to win the battles, Mark, if they're going to come out victorious.
For not being a very big guy, Timofeyev has sure had his number tonight, and he's being rocked quite a bit. Listed on the sheet as 160 from Houghton, Michigan. Played in Russia for a while and wasn't getting the ice time he was looking for, and the Tottenham Steam were able to encourage him to come and play for them, and he's doing a really good job for the Tottenham Steam thus far. Brem shovels it around, gets out. Steven Zegas, cuts it off, dumps it back in the corner as Timofeyev is all over him. Derek Brem one more time. Gets it up to Ovchinnikov. Ovchinnikov's got Daniluk with him. Gets a quick shot on there. You're not going to score on Jan Peshek from that point.
That looked like an easy save for Peshek there, Mark, for sure. But that's what Ryan Wood said the Steam have to do. He wants to get finished chances in the prime scoring area. Whenever they get in that box, they get below the hash marks, inside the circles, put up the puck on net. We've seen that system work for the Kingsville Kings, leading to both their goals tonight.
Got a quick shot off the faceoff. Matt Fisher knocks it forward. Jan Peshek sees it coming and says, well, we're going to do that one again. Wasn't a very good win by the Kingsville Kings.
When you look at Fisher there at the dot, Mark, no doubt the leading scorer he's going to be coming off the ice, getting a breather. Leading scorer for the Steam for a reason when you saw that shot that beat Peshek.
You see on the screen there, Ludwig Niederbach leads the Kings with assists. He has 17 thus far. Doing a great job, and that's why he's our player to watch tonight as the pushing and shoving is happening in front of the Tottenham bench. Dan Leach comes down the zone, shovels it across, can't quite get it to Ivan Hodulov. Dan Leach goes around, picks it up. Kotek's banging his stick. He wants it. He wants the shot through traffic, off a body and into behind the net. And now we got another penalty coming up. We got a Kingsville player down on the ice, And the Tottenham Steam are wondering which one of us is going to sit 2 or less.
Yeah, Gord Young is not being fooled by that. Marvin Simmons gesturing there. Well, Gord Young's looks like he's doing the Macarena there, or the chicken dance at a wedding. How many players there is he pointing to? There's another one.
Well, it looked like he had 2, so it looked like we had the initial penalty on Timofeyev, but Marvin Simmons is going as well, and he's looking for one more from the Steam, so the door is still open, and he's making his motion, asking Marvin Simmons to be quiet and sit down, but the door is still open for the Tottenham Steam, and over goes Derek Brem. So Timofeyev gets the initial penalty, and we're likely going to see Simmons and Brem for some extras, possibly unsportsmanlike conduct or maybe a little bit of roughing, the typical offsetting minors after a scrum like that.
Mark, the Kingsville Kings have not been successful on the power play so far tonight. However, looks like they have a 4-on-3 power play. That's to their advantage. A lot of room out there on the ice to find their lane. The big scorers, Volcanic and Niederbach, you see them out there. They need to control this play, find that opening, and get their shot.
So 2 forwards, 2 Ds, Steven Zegassi, Callum Hofford on D. Steven Zegassi with a quick shot. He moves in tight, top of the slot, and gets one just up and over Danny Devilstein. Comes back to Zegassi, off the skate, up to the stick, over to Hofford. Hofford's got 2 assists in tonight's game. He's looking for a lane. Lots of clog in front of the net. Over to Zegassi. He winds, shoots. Callum Hofford goes off the back of Niederbach and up into the netting. That had to hurt.
Yeah, Niederbach, no doubt he's a big guy. He's felt that kind of shot before. And I said to you earlier, if you want to win in playoff hockey, you're going to pay the price. That's
paying the price.
That's paying the price for sure. But him and Volcanics, they make a living in front of the net. And they realize that they got to get their big bodies in front of big Dubelstein.
Well, here comes the big scorer, Matt Fisher, and the Kingsville Kings win it, but haul it all the way out of the zone, and Steven Zegassi is forced to go back. 4-on-3 hockey for the Kingsville Kings. Fisher, Walker, and Fisher are on the ice for the Tottenham Steam. That goes off of Fisher's stick. Matt Fisher, Walker in the back, trying to get it out. Here comes Niederbach. He gets chopped down by Austin Fisher. Callum Hofford, or correction, Zocanics goes in to help him out. As the Steam come back, there's Fisher one more time. Going in, Walker hauls his man down. And watch for this. There we go. You can see that coming. Didn't like that at all. Walker's going to go, and Zolcanics is going to go. And Walker is just ignoring him as he skates to the bench, saying, no, I'm not going to the penalty box.
Yeah, Captain Walker here right below us, Mark. He's a bit oblivious to what he think he might have done. It's not if you ignore it and go away. It's not like your pesky little brother here. He's going to find his way to the box. So is Volcanic. We'll still say on that 4-on-3 power play, Kingsville Kings need to find some control down there. They need to calm it down, isolate that open man, and get that quality shot on net. Sometimes, Mark, on a 4-on-3, when you clog the front of the net and put 2 players there, it can be self-defeating. It can be. If there's too much traffic, you're basically put your big bodies there, and they're playing goaltender with the goaltender.
Well, Walker wasn't too smart there because he's going to sit at 50 seconds before his penalty starts. And we're going to go 3-on-3 hockey here, Steve, because we both got 2 players in the box plus 1. So the Tottenham Steam, and they're telling Johnson to come on back. They don't get the last change. Kingsville made their change. And Johnson is in to take the face-off. They tried to get Picard on there, and that wasn't going to happen. 3-on-3 hockey for a little bit. And then the Kingsville Kings will continue to have a power play as Danny Doublestein is playing come and get it with the puck. Nice little glove work there. Flips it up. Rests it up nice and neatly on the platter for Dave Fedek. Face-off just to his left. Havelka. Quick shot in there. Dara tries to chop that out of the air and get it past Doublestein, and he misses the puck. Dara still has it. Havelka had some room. Looks a little bit like NHL overtime right now, 3-on-3. You don't want to make a mistake. Tottenham Steam down into the zone. That's Stike with a rare shift. Picard is looking for it. The net is off. Pesek pulls it back on. No whistle. Daniluk now. Stike looking for it. Stike winds. Goes off a stick. And Kotek feeds Devin Dara. Devin Dara in all alone. Gets the shot. Tries to go the 5-hole. But Denny Doublestein closes it up. And Dara gets upended. And we have another penalty to Stike. Zach Stike upends Dara. Are we going with the penalty or are we going with more?
Well, I know Tottenham is not that far north, Mike, but Mark, sorry, but by the look of that chop, that's some Northern Ontario chopping wood there. No need to do that on the Kingsville Kings player, especially when you have a lineup of people in the box. I know you'll help me sort it out, Mark. We're still going to remain 3-on-3.
No,
4-on-4.
It's going to be 4-on-3 right now because the other two penalties had expired. And Walker's penalty just started to tick in, so he's got 3 seconds off of his penalty. And Stike's penalty will start at the drop of the puck, so it's...
Mark will try to keep the viewers at home certainly informed of the way we see it and what's going on, but there's a lineup in the Steam penalty box at the moment.
Well, Stike might have got a 4-minute penalty there. So it's 4-on-3 for a full 2 minutes. Another chop there. Blake Nader gets a chop, and he's, correction, that's Niederbach as he gets up. Takes a stick from somebody. Another penalty coming up. There we go. Austin Matthews, he's asked to leave the game. Didn't see what happened, but I'm sure it was on Niederbach.
Is he going to get a 5 minutes for something, Mark?
Likely.
Austin Fisher.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, he's heading out. I can see him right below us. There he goes.
Number 20, Austin Fisher.
Whatever he did.
Same situation last game, or correction, on Friday's game, and he was the gentleman that punched Ludwig Niederbach in the face and left the game. So,
is he going to get 5 for whatever his
likely
offense was?
I didn't see the offense. I saw the arm movement of the referee, and I didn't quite recognize what it was. It almost looked like two arms crossing in front of each other. So.
Well, no doubt Coach Ryan Wood here has got to be frustrated with it going on. You know what, his team was playing in a fashion, Mark. It looks like they were coming back. Great goal score by Matt Fisher early in the second period. Now his team seems to be lined up in the penalty box, and one player has just left the game. We're still waiting on the nature and the length of that penalty.
We need another player in the box to take Austin Fisher's spot. So the door's open. There they are.
And, Austin Fisher was the player that seemed like Ryan Wood and his team could use to combat Ludwig Niederbach size for size.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Cornford's going in the box. I think he's had 1, maybe 2 shifts tonight, and he's sitting in the box for Austin Fisher. So it's getting rather crowded in the box there, and there's 2 penalties on the clock and 2 yet to be ticked off, and one of them's likely a 5 minutes. So the Kingsville Kings have got a great opportunity here to pad their lead if they can work this power play to their best advantage.
Boy, Mark, in meeting Coach Wood before the game, he said one of his keys was to stay disciplined.
And obviously he needs to make that point a little stronger. Ivan Hojlov sidestepping it as Timofeyev tries to knock him off the puck. Hojlov in there now. Timofeyev gets a stick on it. Dan Leach over to Hojlov. He can't quite get it on the back end. Denny Doublestein was down. Hojlov just had to get it up over top of him. Havelka now with the puck. Kingsville Kings players ready to come out of the box. It's going to be 5-on-3 here in 3 seconds. As the puck goes up, snaps the stick, looking for a new one. Hofford comes on. Zolkanix comes out of the box. 5-on-3. And it will stay 5-on-3 for a little while if the clock keeps ticking. Because nobody can come out of the box. That's what happens when you stack up these penalties. You can't come out of the box because now you got too many men on the ice. Colin Hofford now. He shoots. Good blocking here by the Tottenham Steam as they've got to be out of gas. Havelka, quick shot. Denny Doublestein gets in there nice and tight. There's Brem in the corner. It comes out to Havelka, and it comes out of the zone. You can see across the penalty clock, timekeeper is making sure that nobody leaves the box.
Yeah, he's holding his hand
holding the
against
door.
the
They want to come out. They want to come out. So we're going to watch and see what happens here. He come there. Too many men on the ice. But we're down to a 5-minute penalty on the ice. So maybe that extra penalty wasn't being called.
Okay, Mark, I'm sure now you'll sort it out. We'll sort it out for our viewers. We still see 3 people in the box as the net came off there and a stoppage of play. That was an advantage for the Steam. 2 of them just leaving the box now.
So obviously the minor penalties have expired, and the penalty to Austin Fisher is being served by Ethan Cornford. So there's 4 minutes and 43 seconds left in that penalty. So the play kept going long enough that all of the minor penalties did expire.
Mark, are you seeing a replay here of Friday night, just the other way in reverse?
A little bit, yeah. It's kind of interesting that you point that out. This is happening in the second period, but the Kingsville Kings have been unsuccessful as of yet to capitalize on that power play like Marcus Rose did last Friday night with the Tottenham Steam. 2-1 here for the Kingsville Kings. Just over 5 minutes to play. Colin Hoffer does the little Savardian spin to try and get away from Matt Fisher. Shovels it towards the net. It goes wide and off the end boards. There's Gardeman now. We got another penalty coming up. Cross-checking call. It looks like Stike is going to the box one more time. And he's waving to his fans and just, yeah.
Yeah, it seems that the Tottenham Steam just they can't keep their sticks down. Mark, that's a sign of a team perhaps it's a bit tired. When you're putting lumber on people or hands on people instead of bodies on people, quite honestly, you might be feeling tired, a little bit of the leg. So 5-on-3 now again for the Kingsville Kings. What an advantage for Gary Estola's team if they can connect, because that major penalty is not going away if a goal scored.
Well, we'll see what happens, because we saw the Tottenham Steam stack him up, and there Daniluk's going in the box as well. So Daniluk has obviously committed an offense, possibly arguing a little too much, and he's going to sit. So now, so the second 2-minute penalty, and now it looks like, Coach Wood has been kicked off the bench, so he's arguing the penalties, and the referee just indicated that Coach Wood has now been ejected from the game.
Well, the fans here, Mark, obviously can see that across from us. We're seeing the benches right below us. It looks like Ryan Wood, in fact, has been issued off the bench by our refereeing staff. JP St. Jules there at center ice. I don't see Ryan Wood there anymore, Mark.
And he's issuing a 5-minute penalty to Ryan Wood, and a player's going to have to sit that. Now, this is really interesting because we got 4:14 on the clock, followed by a 2-minute penalty. Then there's another 2-minute penalty after the first 2-minute penalty expires, and then a 5-minute penalty after that. So the Tottenham Steam are going to be down 2 men for about 9 minutes.
Mark, that discipline that Ryan Wood was talking about before the game really is kind of self-fulfilling, self-prophetic, if you will. Boy, oh boy, we look at the Tottenham bench now being run by their assistant coach. Boy, does he have a big sack of baggage to carry. They're down here on a bus here for 2 nights. Game number 5 is tomorrow night. 2 major penalties, it looks like, one to the coach. Wow, Tottenham has got a hole to climb out of.
Really interesting, because James Hahn, wearing number 5, was taking this position in the penalty box. There's a shot, goes up and over, and Hahn was listed as a scratch tonight, so not really sure what's happening there. Gary Styles may have to look into that. He's serving a penalty yet indicated as a scratch, so we'll see what's going on. 5-on-3 hockey for quite some time here to wrap up this period and to start the third period. Kingsville Kings. Marcel Kotek walks the blue line, little head fake there. Gets over to C.J. Nicholson, and he shovels it back out. Danny Doublestein steers that away.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. Doublestein's going to have to come up big here the remainder of this period for sure, but also going forward in this game. If Tottenham can kill off all these penalties and keep this lead at 2-1, this may actually give them the boost they need to win this hockey game. That would be an incredible feat.
Incredible feat. But the Kingsville Kings aren't putting the pressure on like we've seen them in the past in similar situations. So we're going to see what happens as Ludwig Niederbach gets up into the zone. Zolkanix over to Gardeman. Gardeman up over the net, over to Zagasi. Zolkanix gets knocked to the ice. Over to Niederbach. You can hear the fans chanting, "Go, Steam, go." They're behind their team all the way. Hofford shoots wide of the net over to Zagasi. Matt Fisher's on. Hofford now. Fisher and Walker are up front. And Brem is on the back line. He's pushing Zolkanix around. Over to Gardeman. Lots of traffic. The puck can't see a lane at all. And we've got the net is off its moorings just ever so slightly as Ludwig Niederbach just bumps it back in place.
Hey, let's face it, smart play by Doubelstein there. Why not? He's got to seek out an advantage somehow. He's a big kid. You know, his movement alone, he could look at the referee, shrug his shoulders, go, hey, you know, I'm just moving side to side. Nonetheless, he gets a break. Captain Walker, Mark, who's a defenseman, at the dot for the Steam.
Instead of Fisher. Very interesting situation, but, he was. Now,
maybe that was a ploy just for him to try to get Hodgelov thrown out.
Over to Hodgelov. Quickly into Nicholson. Nicholson in tight and puts it up and over the net. Marcel Kotek. Hodgelov behind the net. Looking for some room. Walker, Fisher, and Brem are still out there. Got to be tired. Havelka. Over to Kotek. Kotek shoots double sign with a big save, and Fisher comes up with the puck and manages to dump it down. He goes for the change. Walker and Brem are still on the ice.
Yeah, you know, Mark, I think the Kings really need to spread things out. There's one thing about creating traffic. I love that. But at the same point, you need a shooting lane.
Yeah, they get in so tight, there's no place to put the puck. Kotek up and over, out of the zone. That's tough.
Yeah, again, you know, Kingsville feels they have the lead. We can relax a bit here in our own building, but you know, you can't relax that much. Mark, it looks like JP St. Jules is signaling timeout to the Steam.
Timeout to the Steam. I'm looking at the clock, and with all the play, I might have missed something. I think maybe the second 2-minute penalty may have expired, but we'll see what's going on. We got a camera shot here of the Kingsville Kings, so the Gary Ostalos and his crew are able to talk with their team to see what's going on, and there you see the shot of the Tottenham Steam. So on this timeout, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, more Kingsville Kings hockey on WeTV.
It's new, it's fresh, it's innovative, it's WeTV, Windsor Essex Television, and you can watch it anywhere. www.we-tv.ca is the place to be. If it's sports, entertainment, or community events, WeTV has what you're looking for. The people, places, and faces of our community are front and center on WeTV. Check out www.we-tv.ca for what's being webcast live. WeTV, we got you covered.
Welcome back. We're getting set for the puck drop here as the referees are getting things sorted out. I'm still not sure what's going on the time clock. We may have missed a penalty expiration, but there's still 3 players in the box. 2 majors are being served here, and we'll see what happens here. Colin Hofford, as the Tottenham Steam, are doing an excellent job of killing off these penalties, these lengthy penalties of 5-on-3. Kingsville Kings are not able to pad on their lead. Back and forth between Gardeman and Hofford. Over to Niederbach, and Matt Fisher comes up with the puck and shovels it out one more time. Correction, that's not Matt Fisher. That's Nathan Johnson.
Mark, I'm not going to criticize the Kingsville Kings power play for sure, but I think they need to do something to spread the defensemen away from the net and find a shooting lane.
The system they have right now isn't working. They need to find something else because the Tottenham Steam have got them at wits' ends as Wallace comes all the way down the ice, burning off those precious minutes, carrying the puck out. If the Kingsville Kings can keep him down, they can get a quick break, and here we go. Niederbach to Zolkanik. Zolkanik shoots, fires, rocks the bottle, and a big goal by Zach Zolkanik. And Niederbach gets chopped from behind. And Zach Zolkanik is on the ice as well. So we're going to have some more penalties because of that situation. That's really, really poor taste when you rock the goal scorer like that when they go in. And that doesn't look like Zach Zolkanik. I'm sorry, because those Zolkanik and Walker are having words.
Well, here's the situation with Tottenham, Mark. Their head coach is out of the game, and so many of these players just feel it's a free-for-all. We got nothing to lose. It's kind of martial law out there on the ice for some of these guys. I can hack and whack if I get tossed out of the game. Big deal. We're playing with 3 guys anyway. The coach is gone. We hope the game doesn't degrade to that point. It looks like Gardeman down on the ice getting whacked. We're certainly, as you said, going to see another Tottenham penalty for sure. But the good news is for Kingsville Kings fans, they were finally able to get that shot on net during the power play.
Yes. They worked it well. Managed to catch the Tottenham player in the zone, and that was Johnson in the zone. He went in, carrying it in to burn up those precious minutes. He got caught, and Zolkanix and Niederbach came out of the zone, and Niederbach made a great play to get the puck over to Zolkanix, and he got that one past Danny Doublestein.
Yeah, Matthias Gardeman from Thunder Bay, Ontario, down on the ice at the moment. I didn't exactly see what happened. Did he get whacked, Mark, after the play?
Didn't see it so much. You're watching the play, watching the puck, and something after the goal scorer. So there we go. We got a cross-checking motion there being called by Gord Young, and it looks like the captain, Kevin Walker, the defenseman that's been on the ice quite a bit, is going to sit, and his penalty will sit for a little while. There you see Gardeman up on his knees, being helped to the bench there by the trainer. Good to hear that as the sticks are pounding. Very good, but Gardeman is going to be invited to the dressing room for a little bit extra inspection, make sure everything is good.
And there was our goal scorer, Zach Zolkanix. Mark, I was licking you. I said, Mark, Kingsville has to spread it out, create some room. This was on a rush for sure. Oh, what do we have here now?
Well, I don't know if he's being replaced or out, but I don't see any other motions. He's making his way to the bench, and he's just staying on the bench. So he's allowed to work the door, so he's still in the game.
Mark.
And in his place is T.J. Sherwood.
Yeah, T.J. Sherwood, another Barrie, Ontario native, many of them on the Tottenham Steam, not too far away from that town. The good news is for Kingsville Kings fans, they found the third goal, and they still have many power plays. Still 5-on-3, Mark. Those majors don't go away. Up 3-1 at the hand of Zach Zolkanix. A new goalie in net for Tottenham.
T.J. Sherwood's been in 4 games in the playoffs with a 2.73 goals against average and a .857 save percentage, and he's in cold against these Kingsville Kings that have a little bit of momentum right now, playing 5-on-3, as Steve said, for a while.
Mark, the Tottenham Steam first overall in the entire league this year. They currently have a 56-4 record, and we have something else. There's Johnson. Being pointed out. I think all these players want to go to the way of their coach. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe the coach brought something.
There's a look at the assistant coach who's now taken over the bench. He really needs to keep these guys calm and think about tomorrow night.
Right.
You know, with each major penalty, Mark, might come further suspensions. They're a long way from home. They need to I was just saying, they're 56-4 overall, the first place team overall. They need to act like it and play like it the rest of this game.
Well, we got another player going to the box. That's Freeman. Derek. Not really sure what's happening. Freeman, number 9. Thomas Freeman, sorry. 5-on-3 hockey. As York manages to get that one around, pushes on Havelka. Big check, good strong check on Havelka as York knocks him to the ice. Hojlov now tries to stretch pass offside, and it goes down below the goal line, and the referee blows that dead. Well, I see 5 players from the Tottenham Steam in the penalty box, and 8 on the bench, 3 on the ice. 4 including the goaltender. So we're going to expire some of these penalties here in the second period and continue on in the third period of Kingsville Kings hockey on WeTV. Down across the zone, C.J. Nicholson. Brem comes up with the puck, shovels it around. Kotek, tight on the boards, holds it in. He gets it to Hojlov. More pushing and shoving in front of the net. T.J. Sherwood up and over top of him, and Stike gets it out of the zone. Kotek waiting for everybody to tag up. Ivan Hojlov in the zone. Drops it back to Kotek. Aside from the penalties that the Tottenham Steam are getting, they're doing a great job at killing this penalty.
Mark, and as we watch the play, let me just comment that the 2-goal lead, the 3-1 lead that the Kingsville Kings have is the worst lead they have in hockey, and they have it.
They have it.
So the Kingsville Kings, the Steam rather, are not out of this hockey game despite their penalty trouble.
T.J. Sherwood is in there doing a great job coming in cold. Havelka over to Hojlov. Quick shot. And not so sure. Referee,
Yes.
referee has finally made the motion. TJ Sherwood is trying to play the bait and switch to cover it up and move around to make sure it can't be seen. But Gord Young indicates that, yes, it is a goal.
The Kingsville Kings fans are very happy at this outcome for sure. The Tottenham team are self-destructing, it looks like, here, at least for this period. Seems almost as many people in the box as in the penalty. Their coach is gone. T.A. Sherwood comes in the game. He's cold. Give him some credit. He's standing in there. He comes into a bad situation. Gord Young just...
New penalty.
Another 5-minute up on the board.
Yep. So we got 5 steam on the ice, and they'll make sure that 2 leave. Walker leaves the box. Fisher goes out to talk about things. So 1 penalty expires. One of the 2-minute penalty expires, so the other 5-minute penalty now comes back into play, and there's another 2-minute penalty to be processed after that minute 56 expires. So lots to figure out here. Hope you're keeping up with us and hoping I'm getting it all right as the Kingsville Kings continue on 5-on-3 hockey. Steven Zegassi up across the line. Niederbach goes in tight. As his team try to shovel it out. There's Zegassi back behind him. 18 seconds to go. And now Chinikov almost had a breakaway. Kingsville Kings. Ludwig Niederbach up to Zegassi. He's got 3 seconds. He better get the shot. Quick shot. It just goes wide as the buzzer sounds. 4 minutes, 21 seconds on one of the major penalties, and I believe that is the... No, I've lost track. I'm sorry, Steve. And a minute 17 on one of the minors. 3 players in the box as the 1 minute and 17-second penalty expires. The other 2-minute penalty will start ticking away. But they're going to start the period with 3 guys in the box, and one's going to sit a little longer than normal.
Yeah, what a period.
What a period.
What a period of hockey, Mark. It almost seemed like a lifetime of hockey in that 20 minutes, and the Tottenham team find themselves in a 4-1 hole with extreme penalty trouble, a new goaltender in the net. Wow, it's really, you're watching a soap opera of hockey here. Kingsville Kings, they just have to play smart, be disciplined, stay out of the box of this period, and looks like they have every opportunity to win this game.
Well, the table of the tape tells us it's the Kingsville Kings 4 goals, the Tottenham's team with 1 goal, and we've got 20 minutes left of Kingsville Kings hockey on WeTV. Hope everybody sticks around, and we've got lots more tomorrow. Don't forget, live on WeTV, the game time is 8 o'clock, so we're having lots of fun here. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast thus far. We'll be back for the final 20 minutes, possibly more, as this game continues. Mark Knight for Steve Pronger. We'll be back.
Tom is trying to justify buying a new car. That should do it.
Need a good reason? There's never been a better time to get yourself into the best-selling car in Canada for 17 years. Now during the Honda Model Clearout, get a $1,000 Civic bonus when you finance any new 2015 Civic model.
Live and local, WeTV.
Hi, I'm Joe Quenneville, coach of the Chicago Blackhawks, and a proud graduate of F.J. Brennan High. I can remember fondly my 5 great years at Brennan. It seems like just yesterday that we're there. A lot of great life lessons that I learned along the way, particularly from my teachers in the Catholic program. Want to wish everybody there good luck, and look forward to being a proud graduate and being a proud Cardinal going on here in Chicago.
Manpower. That's our specialty. We use it to build infrastructure, like the billion-dollar parkway. That's real manpower in action. End to end, over 1,000 strong, forming bridges, carving out tunnels, shaping roadways. Our manpower is in demand. Well-trained, highly skilled, tough as nails. We've got what it takes to build your career. A solid career for building a better future. LiUNA. Feel the power.
Your Windsor Essex Sports Connection, WeTV.
Welcome back to Kingsville Arena. Steve Pronger, Mark Knight. Wow. What a second period that was, Steve. Was that what you expected at all?
Look, we've all seen a lot of second periods of hockey games, and sometimes, quite honestly, the monkey in the middle, they can be dull and boring and non-eventful. That was anything but.
Anything but, yes.
You know, Mark, in playoff hockey, teams come out like gangbusters the first period. The third period seems to matter the most. You're down to your final 20 minutes. But this second period of hockey seemed to take a lifetime. The net result finds the Kingsville Kings up 4-1 in this Game 4 of the Russell Cup playoffs. Their opportunity to tie this final series at 2 games apiece.
Well, WeTV is really happy to bring this to you. It looks like we got a shot of a couple of police officers behind the Tottenham bench there. Some situations going on possibly with fans interacting, and that's never a good thing. We hope that doesn't spill into anything else other than words.
No.
We don't want to see that.
You want to come out and enjoy the hockey game, and the referees, like them or not, I think they've done a good job. I was praising them, Mark, after the first period, you might recall, for showing restraint, if you will. But you know what? When the lumber comes out, whether you're hacking or whacking, cross-checking, tripping, those things have to be called because player safety becomes a factor.
Well, there's the Tottenham Steam horn. You see the police that are on the ice as the players file back into the penalty box. There should be 3 of them that make their way into the penalty box. One more to go. We still have another penalty to expire, and here comes Freeman making his way across. Quickly going over the scoring summary from the second period. Dan Leach got on the board to make it 2-0 Kingsville at the 1:57 mark. His 7th of the playoffs, assisted by Colin Hofford. We talked about that. Tottenham then made it a game with Matt Fisher with his 19th, assisted by number 22, Timofeyev. But then the Kingsville Kings got it going again. Zach Zolkanix from Gardeman and Niederbach at the 17:32 mark of the second period. And because the scorekeeper in the penalty box was so busy with the penalties, he was unable to get us the scoring information for the 4th goal. But that's where we sit after 40 minutes of play, 2 full periods, and it's 4-1 Kingsville Kings.
Mark, the way I assess this game at this point, the Kings are going to start, obviously, it looks like, with a 5-on-3 power play, at least for 36 seconds. Conference taking place over at the penalty box area. Our viewers at home can see that. And again, especially for the people of the Tottenham area and region and fans and parents of the Steam players, thank you for joining us on WeTV here. We hope they come back tomorrow night for Game 5 and join us at 8 p.m. on we-tv.ca for this live broadcast. Mark, it's the Kingsville Kings game to lose. Do you know what I mean by that?
I know exactly what you mean,
The
yes.
Tottenham Steam, you may look 4-1. They're going to have a tough time winning this hockey game. Anything's possible. I'm not saying that. But the Kingsville Kings, Mark, now can't lose this game.
Well, based on what we saw on the ice and all the penalties that the Tottenham Steam ended up taking, you would expect that the Kingsville Kings would be higher up, and there you see Kings of the Castle, and right now they are. And as Steve Pronger just mentioned, it's the Kingsville Kings game to lose, and we're going to see what happens here in the third period. We got 20 minutes to play.
Mark, I spoke again as we look at the Tottenham Steam there. I spoke to Coach Wood before the game, who's now out of the game. Here's his keys to the game: stay disciplined, stay strong along the wall. I have to say that. Kitchen sink hockey, in other words, getting that prime scorer, throw everything at the net. With 1 goal up there now, they may not have accomplished that goal.
Well, Walker just went into the box. I'm not really sure what's going on there. We got another player in the box to sit something that was secondary, but we'll see what's going on. It's still 5-on-3 hockey here for a few more minutes. We'll get that all sorted out, and hopefully the penalties will subside. Zagassi up to Niederbach. Niederbach gets it across, shovels it in, and there is Gardeman with another great shot. And just pass. And that's the Kingsville Kings that we're used to seeing. Gardeman with a great goal there. Assists go to Ludwig Niederbach, and he leads the charge through the... Don't forget, Game 5 in the series is tomorrow night. The Kingsville Kings live on WeTV, 8 o'clock. And we are now up 5-1 as one player leaves the box, and another 5-minute penalty now gets added to the tabulation and allowed to count down. 3 players stay in the box for the Tottenham Steam.
Great shot by Gardeman there. And Mark, what did I tell you about playing that power play? They got to separate themselves, create some room in front of the net so they can actually shoot and see the net. They did that. Gardeman with a tremendous shot to pop the bottle. We all like that.
Oh, love that.
5-1 Kingsville Kings early in the third period.
Zegasi shovels it around, goes all the way around, no sticks, and out it goes. And Tottenham has the puck. Gets it over to Gardeman. Over to Zolkanix. He sidesteps his check, shovels it into the corner, back to Callum Hofford. Over to Zegasi. Looking, trying to set up the same play there. Niederbach. Can't quite get it to Zolkanix. Zegasi. Over to Hofford. Hofford winds. Gets blocked in front by Walker. Player came out of the box, and he got a quick whistle, and that was a whoops, I believe. We still have to be 5-on-3 hockey as 2 players are in the box.
Well, yeah, it looks that way. We see 4 minutes up there, Mark, on the clock. The referee's gesturing. St. Jules is they're going to play 4 minutes now, 3:58. We see 2 in the box, Mark, but still.
And it's 5-on-4. So
5-on-4.
I'm a little confused as to what the extra player is in the box for, but
could be a misconduct, perhaps.
Unless it was a 5 and a 2. Yeah, you're right. And it could be just a misconduct that isn't being tabulated. So, unfortunately, we don't have the advantage of hearing all that where we are, but there's a great shot there coming off the end boards as the Kingsville Kings continue on their power play situation. Marcel Kotek shovels it across to Avelka. He winds. That gets blocked in front. Manages to just keep it in. C.J. Nicholson on the far boards. Devin Dara now. Shovels it back. Kotek's calling for the puck. Havelka steps into the slot. Hits a leg. Up and over the net. Back to Havelka. Full marks to the Tottenham Steam for being able to fight this off and only give up a few goals in this situation for as long as they have been shorthanded.
When you see players blocking shots when the score like this, it really gives a testament to individual effort. That player blocking that shot still is showing some pride and wants to win, Mark.
Here's Picard. Sidesteps his check, loses the puck, and it comes back out. Brem knocks it in. Whoa! Woo! That could have been dangerous as Kotek touches it, and it goes up and into Jan Peshik's glove. That would have been a very unfortunate situation as Niederbach tries to shovel one through Brem's leg. But TJ Sherwood was there. Another block shot by Brem. Gardeman gets up to Hofford. Hofford steps in. Shoots just wide of the net. Steven Zegasi now. Back to Niederbach. They've been on the ice quite a while now. A lot easier to play on the forecheck than it is on the back check, and the defenders get more tired more quickly. And Kingsville Kings now gets a chance to change up their top line.
TJ Sherwood from Barrie, Ontario. There's a great shot of him. Comes into the game. He cold off the bench. He was losing the hockey game when he started. But you know what, Mark? Successfully saving those shots in this penalty kill is going to give him a boatload of confidence. Or should I say a train load of confidence?
That's probably a better term, Steve. Jan Peshik. As the Kingsville Kings come out of their zone. Nicholson. He's got a head of steam up all the way into the Tottenham zone. Him and Walker jostling for the puck. Walker comes out with it. Over to Kotek. Marcel Kotek steps into the high slot. Chooses not to shoot. Backhands into the from. And Devin Dara gets the puck. Kotek calls for it one more time. Shoots all the way through. And TJ Sherwood makes the save. There's Havelka one more time. 1:27 on the penalty clock. As Kotek tries to do the soccer save, and it goes under his skate.
Did a big favor there for the Steam, Mark. That was just what the Steam needed. 1:13 left in this penalty.
Fisher playing high. Walker down low. And Stike somewhere in the middle. Timofeyev calls for the change, and Picard comes on to change up him. Picard with the puck in the Kingsville Kings zone. Quick shot goes high off Peshik. Big juicy rebound. And the Kingsville Kings control. There's Devin Dara. Up across the zone. Muscles his way in. Loses the puck in the process. And gets back to the point. Callum Hofford. And a quick shot. And Devin Dara is out front for the tip down. Hofford with the assist. That's his third of the night. And Devin Dara with a great tip in. Living in the blue ice and gets rewarded for it.
Yeah, referees discussing this. There's Young and St. Jules having a discussion. Gord Young just pointing to center ice there. Dave FedEx got there with the puck. This looks like, Mark, a great tip in by Devin Dara. That would be his, was that his second of the night? I don't know. Sorry, that was Dan Leach scoring earlier. But regardless, 6-1 Kingsville Kings.
I think they were concerned that he might have touched that with a high stick, but I don't think it got much up above the chest, and that's a good goal. Face off in the middle, 6-1 Kingsville, as one penalty continues to tick off on the clock. Playing 5-on-4 hockey for another 30 seconds as the Tottenham Steam try to shovel it out of their zone and manage to get it out. Callum Hofford's being chased by Timofeyev. Stepan Timofeyev having words with Jan Pesek. Jan Pesek is right in his face as Callum Hofford manages to get it out. Quickly up to Zolkanic. Zolkanic gets a rising shot, and that's missed by TJ Sherwood off the end boards and comes back out front.
Again, Mark, Kingsville Kings, their game to lose at this point, right? Kingsville's got to play smart, keep moving the puck up ice, and look at this, Mark. There's nobody over there.
Penalty box is empty, folks. 5-on-5 hockey, and the Kingsville Kings ice the puck. That's not a word we've said much tonight, but that's a rare situation. It's better that they ice it on a 5-on-5 than a 5-on-4 or 5-on-3.
The Steam are a proud team, regular season champions for sure. They know how to win. I can't say they've been in this situation many times this year.
You probably say they've never been in this situation, being down 6-1 to anybody.
But they have to build. They have to build each shift for tomorrow night's game, Mark. They got to win each shift and rethink that. Hey, look, we can win hockey games.
Small steps. Like they're almost out of this one. They need to go back to Tottenham with something in their mind that they're going to go on. They can't just continue on with this. And there we go. Some more words as Bergman and Nada are having words. Looks like Nada is the only one that going to suffer because of that.
Bergman comes back to the bench smiling. I'm not sure why. He's losing 6-1. I don't know why it makes you smile. But anyway, Nada, our first goal scorer of the game for Kingsville, heading to the box. Now, what a change of events. Tottenham will find themselves on that power play.
Well, we'll see if they can do something with it. Even if they manage one, it can add a little bit of life to the train that seems to be running down the dead-end track in this game. Havelka around the far boards. That one gets past Brandon York and all the way down. C.J. Nicholson. Up to Timofeyev. He's across the blue line. Walker's with him. There's Picard. He circles back. Picard with the puck. Picard gets the shot. It goes through the blue ice and over to the near boards. Here's York. Over to Fisher. Fisher to Picard. Picard with a shot. Pesek with a great save and another quick shot, but it goes high in the net. If that would have been on net, that would have been in the net.
Looked like an opportunity Brandon York should have buried, Mark.
Should have buried. Fisher working through the crowd. Gets checked off the puck, and the puck comes out to neutral ice. Brandon York one more time. Gets it up to Picard. There's Fisher. Over to Picard. Correction, make that York. Here comes Johnny Guerrero. Fisher's in between him and the puck and comes up with it. Step on Timofeyev. Johnny Guerrero gets spun around, falls to the ice, gets right back up. But Timofeyev across the blue line. Timofeyev is pushed to the near boards. Timofeyev drops it back to the point. It hops over Picard's stick. And the Tottenham Steam have to tag up. 30 seconds to go in the power play for the Tottenham Steam. And there's Picard. Works across the line. Shoots it wide. Interesting play. He tries to set up Frederick Suri. And Jan Pesek will have none of that.
Pesek does what's necessary there. He covers the puck. No big deal for him. He's slowing things down for his own team. The Kingsville Kings, Mark, don't have to be too aggressive on this penalty kill. They can stand back, play the passive box, and let Tottenham waste their own time.
It was really nice to see Johnny Guerrero and Picard chatting, smiling, chatting, coming off the ice for a line change. Obviously, there's a bit of a history there between those two. Nothing derogatory in that conversation as the Tottenham Steam make their way into the Kingsville zone. That goes off of McDonough's stick and into the corner. McDonough and Danlick are fighting for it. In comes Dylan Wallace. And Dalek tries to get the hook on him. Can't happen. There's Markham now. Markham's got Stike with him. Passes a soft pass over to Stike. That goes off a leg, and that could have been dangerous as Robert Liss is back on the ice. Haven't seen him in a while. Robert Liss went off the ice some time ago hurt. Good to see him back here in the third period. There's Stike being attacked by Robert Liss. He goes off the glass and down into the Kingsville zone. Havelka, hard backhand up to Johnny Guerrero. Johnny Guerrero's all over the place now. Robert Liss shovels it out, goes for the change, and Stike now with the puck. Stike throws it up to Surrey. Third gets checked, tries to get it across to Bergman, and it's still in. Here's somebody on the Tottenham Steam bench yelling, wanting someone to get off the ice, and puck comes out, gets knocked back in, and we have a offside call.
Yeah, Mark, we want to remind everybody, tomorrow night is Game 5, right, in this series, back here in Kingsville, 8 o'clock tomorrow night, live on We-TV.
I'm going to be here. You're going to be here?
We-TV.ca. I will be here, Mark.
Well, we hope you'll be here as well, joining some more Kingsville Kings Tottenham Steam hockey at the Kingsville Arena. Brandon York shovels it up to the blue line, doesn't get out. Nicholson, well, they called it a hand pass. I didn't see that, but Dave Fedek did.
Now, there's a great shot there. Burlington, Ontario, C.J. Nicholson, assistant captain of this team, been a great player for them all year long. Gary Ostolov loves this guy. He brought him in from Burlington, Ontario. I don't know how the Halton Ravens didn't snap him up, Mark. You know, they're home, member of this league.
Yeah, in their backyard.
In their backyard. We're glad to have C.J. Nicholson for sure.
Great addition to any hockey team. Face-off in the Kingsville zone. Nicholson wins that face-off. Tottenham's team managed to get the puck in the direction of Jan Pesek. And now we have a Jan Pesek gets ran. And now we've got lots and lots of extraneous hockey play.
Mark, this is the kind of thing you see when the head coach gets kicked out of the game. Players, I said earlier, martial law. Some guys are going to do whatever they want. They figures. And again, there's
Bergman is gone.
The Bergman, remember the guy who's smiling? You know, he's smiley out of the game now. So, running the goaltender.
Yeah. Then you can see that where the net is sitting way off the back.
Yeah, we hope Jan Pesek's okay. But this, as I was saying, Mark, look at that net. When a coach is out of the game, sometimes you get players taking matters into their own hands. In case it looked like it was Bergman this time going to run Jan Pesek, why not? No discipline. I can't tell you how self-fulfilling Coach Wood's words were about showing discipline tonight. Yeah. His team, quite frankly, showed anything but. And now we have two referees over the box trying to sort this out. We hope Jan Pesek is okay, but Mark, look what's happening down at the Kingsville bench.
Yeah, Wes Werner's going in, and that's probably a wise choice. Get Pesek out of there for whatever reason, whether there be some bad words or whatever. It's 6-1, 10 minutes to go, and Steven Zagasi is in the box, and Ethan Cornford is in the box for the Tottenham Steam. So he's going to sit Michael Bergman's penalty. That'll likely be a 5-minute penalty. And I'm surprised that there isn't another Tottenham Steam penalty because of the roughing that happened after running Jan Pesek. But we'll have to see what happens there. I don't see any more indications, but the door for the Tottenham Steam is still open.
Yeah, Gary Astolis, Mark, is going to do what he has to do to protect his number one goaltender for sure. I'd do the same, probably you would. And I have to say the Tottenham people would probably do the same thing. That was an unnecessary play by the Steam forward on Jan Pesek. Goaltenders out there playing the game. Now we have another conference at the penalty box area. The Tottenham Steam, again, they're a winning team, first overall. They really have to regroup after this. We look at the Kingsville Kings. No doubt Coach Astolis is telling them, look, we've won this game. We don't need any more goal. Don't be stupid. Don't do stupid things. Don't take penalties, Mark, that are going to get you out of tomorrow night's game, which they have to win tomorrow night.
And there is that strong possibility. You're right. The Tottenham's only loss in the regular season was 9-4 to the Allison Coyotes. And here they come into Kingsville playing another top team, and they've lost one on the verge of losing two, even though they walked through the playoffs. So here's the explanation to the assistant coach of the Tottenham team, giving him the what for, saying, we've had enough of this. You got 10 minutes to go. If this happens again, we're going to call the game. I bet you that's what he's telling them right now.
Yeah, at some point, Tottenham also have to understand that when you have only so many players on the bench, the game can be called due to lack of participants. For I don't know how to call it, right? You have to have so many people, a minimum amount of people on the bench.
Well, it looks like Matt Fisher is going to go over to serve a penalty. Wow, and that looks like a serve.
Well, let me tell you a bit about that. Here's my thought on that. They ran Jan Pesek. We all saw that. Perhaps the coach smells a bit of retribution, maybe heading towards his number one player. I better sit him down and get him off the ice.
Well, it's 4-on-3 hockey for the Kingsville Kings and there is a 5-minute penalty. So Cornford is sitting the 5-minute penalty and Fisher is sitting a 2-minute penalty, which makes it the 4-on-3 for the Kingsville Kings. Frederick Surrey comes on to swap out for Dylan Wallace. Face-off to the right of T.J. Sherwood. 10 minutes to go, 6-1 Kingsville Kings. And the puck just squirts out over the blue line. David Vosterek now. As Kingsville gets it in the zone, here's Ivan Hojlov. He comes in, hits the brakes. Looks for support and doesn't get it, and puck comes out. There's Stike. Number 27, Zach Stike for the Tottenham team. Behind the Kingsville net. Up to Hojlov. He's got Dara with him. Just coasting in. Feet aren't moving. Gets pushed off the puck. Check from behind. He gets folded into the boards. No call there. There's Havelka. Quick shot. That's blocked by Stike. He doesn't get it out. Hojlov falls in the process. Havelka one more time. Over to Hojlov. Quickly back to Vosterek. Wasn't in the wheelhouse. Wasn't able to get it. Nice little soft pass up there, and Hojlov tried to shovel it back in with the backhand. Couldn't handle it. Vosterek. Quick shot. Hojlov in front again, looking for the tip. Devin Dara. Out to Vosterek. Puck squirts out. 34 seconds to go on the offsetting Miners. David Vosterek now with the puck. Just over 9 minutes to play in the third period. Kingsville Kings up 6-1 as they work the puck in the zone. Marvin Simmons is on the ice right now. Gets it up to Vosterek. David Vosterek winds, chooses to pass. Little knuckleball over to Marvin Simmons. He can't quite handle it, and he gets over to Vosterek. Good shot by Marvin Simmons. But T.J. Sherwood saw it all the way. Here's Hojlov. Steps into the slot, around the player, little backhand, tries to get it to Simmons. But that was knocked down by Dmitry Daniluk. And the Tottenham's team come away. 5-on-4 now with 2:45 to go in the major penalty for running the goaltender Jan Pesek.
Mark, right now the Kingsville Kings have to do two things. They have to show patience, and they have to take time. And they'll win the game if they can do that. You know, they can slow things down, waste time, show patience, don't be in a rush, and find themselves to 0 minutes left on this clock.
That last power play aggression there, I saw exactly that, and I was thinking that exactly. They're just in there looking to pass. If the right situation presents itself, they'll get the shot towards the net, but other than that, they're happy just to pass the puck around.
Like even in this case right now, Wes Werner stops the puck. Take your time coming up ice. Stand there behind the net for a few seconds. Take your time. Show your patience. You don't need any more goals to win. You just need to get out of this game with a 6-1 win or so and prepare for tomorrow night. Give your third and fourth line people a lot of ice time, Mark. Save your legs on your first and second line guys.
Niederbach gets pushed off the puck, gets it over to Nicholson. Nicholson gets a good quality shot on T.J. Sherwood. And Niederbach is getting a little bit of a talking to in front of the net. Standing a little close to the blue ice, they thought.
Still, with all the penalty trouble that we've seen tonight, I still think the referees called a good game. I know the Tottenham fans at home may disagree with me, and why not? I appreciate that, their team being at the end, but I really felt the referees called what was necessary and showed restraint at times as well.
Well, let's hope that continues for the next 7 minutes and 23 seconds as we wind down the third period here in Kingsville of Game 4 of the Russell Cup Finals. Robert Liss now with the puck. Shovels it over to Devin Dara, gets past him. Danilov Jinikov has the puck, looks up ice, can't quite control it. Matt Matty steals it from him, steps in, and runs out of ice and shoots it behind the net. Around behind TJ Sherwood. This team are able to shovel it all the way down the ice and get a much-needed change as the Kingsville Kings are listening to Steve Pronger setting up behind the net and burning off a few seconds and then ice the puck.
If I could only work that magic with my family, Mark.
Well, good things come to those who wait.
No, you look at Daniluk there from the Tottenham team, good player for them, big contributor. He's a lot of ice time in this play. Again, if I'm Tottenham, I'm finding every opportunity to build one step at a time, one shift at a time. Let's win a shift. Let's get another goal. Let's prove to ourselves that this game is one-off and we can come out tomorrow night and win. They have to continue to be in that win mindset.
Devin Dara getting tied up there by Sweeney. Sweeney knocks it into the corner. Havelka now. He's got room to work. Moves over towards the net. Looks up ice. Quick pass up to Devin Dara. Matty lets it go by. Gets off the skate. Up just under the red line. Stays in play. Devin Dara is knocked off the puck there by Frederick Surrey. There's Surrey with a quick shot. It goes wide. And Sweeney in the corner. Sweeney getting some rare ice time as Ludwig Niederbach comes up over. He's converged on by 4 Tottenham Steam players. And he has the puck in his feet. Another whistle as C.J. Nicholson goes in to help out. And we'll have a face-off.
They're still pushing at Niederbach. Look at the smile on him. Niederbach was our WeTV player to watch tonight for the Kingsville Kings, and why not? He is an exciting player to watch, and even with 5 minutes less, the Tottenham team are still giving him a push after the whistle. We're here, Ludwig. Don't forget about us. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Our other player to watch, Matt Fisher, has got the lone goal for the Tottenham team tonight as he steps out of the box and throws a check into Marvin Simmons and gets a quick shot. And Wes Werner, his first test with a great shot.
Yeah, Wes Werner coming in a backup role from LaSalle, Ontario. My hometown, Mark, what can I say? Goaltender from LaSalle, Ontario, does a good job. He's a big kid, and he takes up a lot of room. But you know what? Matt Fisher, as you know, he's perhaps one of the premier shooters in this league.
Well, he ended the regular season leading everybody. It was just amazing, amazing stats in the regular season for Matt Fisher. 146 points. And here comes this team. There's Hahn. James Hahn. Down low. Quick shot on Werner. He comes out, challenges, gives up the rebound. As McDonough's pushing his man off. Hahn with the puck one more time. Guerrero's in there, pushing him around. Johnny Guerrero gives up a little bit of weight to James Hahn as the Kingsville Kings come out of their zone. Guerrero, little soft pass up to Liss, and Liss and Guerrero go for a change. Simmons and Nicholson on to change up with them. Another quick shot on Wes Werner, and a pile up in front of the net. Whistle goes. We have a face-off. 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the third period of the fourth game of the Russell Cup Finals on WeTV. Kingsville Kings taking on the Tottenham Steam. 6-1 is the score in favor of the Kingsville Kings.
Again, Mark, we want to thank all of the Tottenham Steam friends, family, viewers for joining us here on WeTV. We appreciate your support. We believe you're watching a good broadcast of Greater Metro Hockey League hockey. We hope you enjoy it. We hope you tune back tomorrow night as Mark and I will have the call again tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on WeTV.
As Chitikov makes his way to the penalty box, we have another 2-minute penalty charge to the Tottenham Steam. And the fans in the crowd, the Kingsville fans, were cheering for that particular call as he skated across the ice. Really happy to have all the fans from the Tottenham Steam. We've got a bunch of signs up here cheering on their favorite Steam players, their team, the Steam team.
The Steam team.
The Steam team.
Puck luck, Steam team.
Just came to me, Steve. Just came to me.
Wow.
Quickly up to Blake Maida. Correction, Matt Matty, my mistake. And here comes Frederick Surrey. Gets a quick shot. Wes Werner throws the pad out there. Big save. And Marvin Simmons is away. 3-on-2. Matt Matty. Sidesteps around. He's pushed off that puck by Derek Brem. Matty's in there. Havelka. Tries to get the puck to Robert Liss. He's upended. Gets back up. Comes up with the puck. Robert Liss is in the corner. Gets over to Johnny Guerrero. Guerrero's pushed off the puck by Daniluk. Guerrero out front tries to bank it in off of Matt Matty's leg. It doesn't happen. Sweeney back on the ice. He's chasing Burdov. Burdov with a quick shot. That goes wide. Daniluk now with the puck. Off the end boards. Daniluk looking to go all the way. Soft pass up to Sweeney. Sweeney gets a shot. It goes through traffic. Gets redirected. Two Kings the other way. Johnny Guerrero's got some speed as the referee falls. Robert List goes sliding so he doesn't crash into the referee. The referee looks like he's got a broken skate. He's fallen twice.
Gord Young went down there twice, Mark. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's really an odd situation because he got up and went right back down again. So
there he is right there.
Yeah.
It looks like he's okay, back in the game.
Steven Zagassi now. Up across center. Shovels it in, pushed off the puck by Brandon York. York moves around, make sure he doesn't stop the puck from going out. As Vosterek shovels it across to Nicholson. Penalty box is empty, back to 5-on-5, 2:26 to go, and play is called in the Tottenham zone.
Mark, at this point, the last two games, at this point, the Kingsville Kings have outscored the Tottenham team 9-2. 3-1, as you know, the score of the game on Tuesday night. 6-1 tonight. It looks good for the Kingsville Kings. But that being said, we know the Tottenham team can score goals, and Game 5 is going to have to be a big show for them.
Well, they're big scorers, and Timofeyev and Fisher are going to have to find a way to solve the Kingsville Kings defense. Stay in the game and shoot the puck as C.J. Nicholson comes down. Here's a break. Matty throws it right into the logo of T.J. Sherwood as Hojlov gets shoved into the post. Gets up slowly.
Yeah, T.J. Sherwood played that excellent. So did the Tottenham defenseman as we look at Hojlov there. In a 2-on-1 break, Mark, you really want to isolate the shooter. The goaltender is going to take the shooter. Your job as a defenseman there is to take away the pass or an opportunity for a pass so the goaltender can come out, challenge the shooter. T.J. Sherwood doing just that.
Yep. Textbook perfect. There's Wallace working in his own zone. Has a puck taken away from him. That looks like... Yep, Marvin Simmons. Robert Liss now. Gets his door closed as he tries to get through the zone. Walker goes up into the glass, actually into the netting, and play is called. 1:30 to go here as the Kingsville Kings can coast for the next 90 seconds and walk away with a win.
Yeah, it looks like that. As I said at the beginning of the period, it's their game to lose. They just don't have to lose the game. Unfortunately, Tottenham couldn't find any more in the back of the net in this period, still suffering from penalty trouble, Mark.
Well, it's like they're out of gas. Looking at the players that are on the ice are players that really don't see a lot of ice. And Walker's out there, but Hahn and Cornford are on the ice now, who you didn't see in the first half of the game. As Hojlov tries to get around Brem and coughs up the puck. Here comes Hahn. Big James Hahn. Across, sidesteps a check from Guerrero. Gets it over to Ovchinnikov. Ovchinnikov turns and fires. Hahn's in the hunt, but Wes Werner is down there and puts the block up.
Yeah, big Wes Werner. Nice to see him get a chance to play. Standout backup goaltender for the Kingsville Kings, again from LaSalle, Ontario. He's a big kid standing in there, Mark. When you look at him, he's big like Doubelstein was. And, really, it seems size is an advantage clearly for a goaltender.
In 11 regular season games, he had a .942 save percentage. Wes Werner is he's a backup goaltender on this team, but he's a starter in just about any other team.
Oh, for sure. You could say that about the third and fourth lines of these Kingsville Kings.
Zach McDonough now. Just over 35 seconds to play as he's happy to sit behind his own net and see if Sweeney's going to push him out of his perch. McDonough's right there. Sweeney knows he's not going anywhere. McDonough just playing back and forth, and we're gonna wrap this game up. And I think the Tottenham's team have realized that that's going to be their fate tonight as Zach McDonough tries to shovel it around. Marvin Simmons gets it out and up, and icing will be the call. 9.2 seconds to go. 6-1. 10 o'clock local time. And we're just about ready to wrap things up. I want to thank everybody. Thank all the crew here at WeTV for putting on such a great production. I want to thank all the fans for being with us tonight. It's been a good game hockey-wise. A better game if you're a Kingsville Kings fan. Not such a great game if you're a Tottenham Steam fan. I know that things got a little out of hand once Coach Ryan Wood was ejected from the game and they lost their focus. We'll say that.
Yeah.
They need to get that back.
Yeah, sometime when the keeper leaves the zoo, the animals go crazy. We saw a bit of that. I'm not implying that the Tottenham team aren't a quality team. They are. They were in an unfortunate situation. They have another chance tomorrow night. Ryan Wood is a proud coach. He's a good coach. He'll bring his guys back. They'll prepare. They got a good sleep tonight in the hotel room, some good food. They'll be back. Expect a great game from them tomorrow night, Mark. We know we have some satisfied Kingsville fans here tonight, for sure.
Well, this series is in no way over. Like, you expected this series to go 7 games, or at least I did anyway. The two top teams in the league playing for the final, and that's how it should be. This series is tied at 2. It's now down to a 3-game series.
Yeah,
so
Mark,
who are our stars tonight, Steve?
Mark, I'd like to congratulate Blake Nada from Woodhaven, Michigan. Remember, he got the first goal of the game, putting the Kingsville Kings on the board. He is our 3rd star of the game, Blake Nada.
Great goal early in the first period, and it set the stage for what we have right now.
A few moments later, Dan Leach from Clawson, Michigan, he actually got our game-winning goal tonight. He scored the 2nd goal for the Kingsville Kings. He is our 2nd star of the game.
Dan Leach is a guy that he works and works and works no matter what position you put him in. He's willing to take the punishment to get the job done.
And our 1st star of the game, he left us early for his own protection. I'm going to guess Coach Estelle is pulling him out. Goaltender Jan Pesek from Prague, Czechoslovakia,
Great
with
choice.
our 1st star of the game.
Great choice, Steve. Yes, Jan Pesek played an excellent game. He stood up all he had. One got past him, but that was a great shot. 2-on-1. Timofeyev and Fisher, the 2 leading scorers on the Tottenham's team, the one from the regular season, one from the playoffs, and they, as we talked about it, we don't want to rehash that, but he managed to get that one passed.
You know what? Tottenham's team can win this game tomorrow night. So can the Kingsville Kings. Tottenham's going to come back here to play. This series tied at 2 games each. We got 3 games left to determine it, Mark.
1 game here, 2 games in Tottenham. We'll be here tomorrow. We hope you are as well. There's your final score. Kingsville Kings 6, Tottenham's team 1. Mark Knight for Steve Pronger and all the staff here at WeTV. Thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody.